Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Raw TV, and I have the honor of welcoming you back to a brand new day in the Intel World Open. And with a new day comes new opportunities. We've already seen multiple champions crowned for their regions, and now the Middle East and the cradle of humanity, Africa, has their chance at that same glory. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Intel World Open Regional Finals. Amazing action that we have on our hands today. I mean, up to this point, we've actually had to sell the fights, right, Saint? We've had to actually sell the fights. But the beautiful thing is, when you have something like, even like a Floyd Mayweather going up against Manny Pacquiao, for example, do you really have to sell the fight? We all wanted to see it. No words really need to be exchanged there. And I think that now, the same way those fighters built history, the Intel World Open has shown us through all of these regions that all of these fights are amazing. We do not know exactly what's going to happen. Upsets do happen. One thing that I am not upset about is the fact that I have my brother from another mother. Actually, kind of from the same mother because we both black. St. Cola, my Midwest brethren. How you doing, family?
Hey, man, it's Black Excellence out here, baby, on the mic with the boy. Listen, this region is hot.
Yes, sir.
We already know about the Angry Bird. We already know about the Big Bird. Those are the homies, right? But as you said, I want to see some upsets, right? I want to see some other people show out.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see some other people get bodied, okay? This is losers bracket, all right? This is losers bracket,
hey,
so you going home.
It's all on the line right now. You know, that losers bracket is completely different. Of course, on winner's side, you know, you got that little bit of buffer.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, it ain't none of that. You better go ahead right now, show the best that you can do, and, you know, try not to go home. But two players that are accustomed to these high pressure situations, as you already alluded to, are Angry Bird and Big Bird. Easily the two favorites in this tournament. We just saw them make it all the way to grand finals of the CPT Middle East not long ago.
And in a similar sense out here too, in the CPT, or I'm sorry, in the Intel World, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have seen in the CPT, they're qualifiers. One of them, as you said, just qualified too as well. Evo placers as well too. So these are strong competitors. But in my mind, that makes it actually even hotter, because guess what? These people have to come correct. They gotta, you know, show up. They don't want to get stuffed on this stream.
Actually, too, I'm just not thinking about it. This isn't, we're used to the matches from yesterday. This isn't losers yet. It's all winners still.
Oh.
This is all winners right now, not losers. Yeah, so they do still have that comfort.
All the way through, it's a little different.
And I tell you what, a player that is definitely a winner and has not even lost a set so far is ClimaxX, who you see on the screen right now. This player is amazing. Of course, his Bison, you see the cross-up Cycle Crusher setup. I mean, this guy's just ridiculous. He plays a very slow, patient, neutral game. Arydoon, the Rashid player that's here, extremely strong. He's very aggressive. Right. When he came up against ClimaxX, it was rough for him because of the style clash. And as if that's not enough, this amazing Bison, I would not be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, be on the lookout for this, if we see Rose from ClimaxX.
Ooh, that's
he made it same. Remember, he makes it all the way to grand finals, and who does he bust out?
He busts out the Rose. I would not have thought that pick would come through, right? That's not a character I thought we would even see. But, you know, that's one of those things where having a secondary is super smart, even if it's not one that, you know, defeats the character. Like, Rose ain't gonna beat Rashid, but he felt comfortable to pull out in the match, and it worked out in grand finals. And, you know, listen, I was out here prophesizing the demise of these players already. They got a little bit of a buffer right now, but it's gonna be that situation where if you put down the losers, it's Shark Tank, bro. It's going to be super rough. You don't want to be there. You might as well feel like you're out of the tournament if you get putting losers here.
Just in case anyone does not know how double elimination brackets work,
run it.
If you win the first, like every match you win, that's less matches you have to play overall to try to win a tournament.
Right.
Whereas if you go to losers, even if you keep winning, you have to play far more matches, so there's far more chances for you to falter there. So ideally, you will stay in that winner side. Also, we know that these players are fighting for their share of $22,500 for this region alone. So every single time that you get a win, you actually are making more money. Literally, everything is a money match. You know, Look, we don't.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
Word it that way, generally speaking, when it comes to tournaments. But in the end of the day, that's what it is. At this point, or up to this point, we've seen all these people play in open qualifiers. They've done amazing. Closed qualifiers, they've done amazing.
Right.
But outside of AngryBird, BigBird, and one player we haven't brought up yet, GTR, I don't feel like these players have experience playing for this type of prize.
Right.
So even though they've been able to do it up to this point, I want to see how they're going to look with all of this pressure on the line.
That's a big point right there. When you have all this prize and pride on the line, remember, stacks make savages out here, okay?
Thanks.
When you have money like this in front of your face, you're going to be hitting them combos a lot harder, right? But that also makes the shakes come through. But as you said, GTR is no stranger to the danger. He got really high up in the CPT, has fought the birds multiple times. He's been practicing with the strongest of that region, of the I should say the UAE region in general. But I feel like that's going to definitely help out. But we can't count out, Darksword, the likes of them, that, hey, man.
Yo, okay, look, I'm glad you just brought up
I can't believe I just said the K word.
Yo, Saint, shut up when Karen players are talking, okay? Because listen, my man Darksword, no disrespect, Saint, I'm just but, no, my man Darksword, of course, as he brought up, is a Karen player. And for you to make it this far as a Karen player, listen, chat, I know you guys all agree with me, all right? When you make it this far as a Karen player, he had to go through the open qualifiers, the closed qualifiers, had to make it all the way here. That means that you probably are a neutral game god. That's how I have to put it. Trust me, I would know. I had to go ahead and make it into Capcom Cup using Karen. One of the most difficult runs that anybody. I made it look easy. Don't get me twisted.
Why couldn't y'all stop him?
But
look at this.
But it's not about me right now. It's about my Karen brother, Darksword, holding it down from Morocco, and he's African. Saint, you gotta respect that, don't you?
I'll respect that. Yeah, you gotta use the tools that you gotta do. Whatever cheap character you want to use, get it done, brother. Get it done.
You're disrespectful. And then of course, GTR. This is a player who's practiced all the time. You always see them posting clips on Twitter.
Right, with the birds, with the birds. Yeah.
And then, sure enough, he goes into that CPT Middle East. He actually, if I'm not mistaken, he put BigBird into losers on winner's side of that bracket. Mind you, top 8 is first to 3.
Right, yeah.
So, there's no flukes there.
Yeah.
And then there's a good match on losers, but the BigBird ended up taking him out there, so he finished 3rd place. But clearly, that's a player who is a big threat. You know who he reminds me of, Saint? This is actually the perfect example. It reminds me of how you always had like Punk, Arydoon, and Shine.
Right,
and like
right underneath.
And like the NLBCs.
Yeah.
But then, what did we just see? We saw an ascension where Shine actually got the Visa MVP award yesterday and was able to beat Punk even in losers finals, making it the grand finals. This could be the same type of situation for GTR. It's definitely a possibility. Let's look at this bracket so we can see all of the match possibilities for today. We have Climax going up against KxGeno. We already talked about Climax. Geno, a very strong Cammy player, aggressive. He also has a Seth as well. Idriss, not to be confused with Elba, because he's not trying to act right now. Steph is real serious, going up against AngryBird, and that might not be an easy one, but Idriss is, if I remember correctly, I want to say he's Warlord, but I definitely remember his gameplay, and that Colleen is out of this world. But AngryBird is the favorite easily to win this tournament. Uphill battle for Idriss. And then we have Arydoon going up against Rashid Alawadi. Listen, do not let the names confuse you. Even though one person's name is Rashid, Arydoon is the Rashid player, and Rashid is actually GTR. That's GTR, Gil player. So I don't know how you have Rashid in your name, a top tier character, and you choose to pick the worst character in the game, but that's none of my business. Darksword going up against BigBird at the bottom. Of course, BigBird is the second favorite in this tournament, but we already established that Darksword is a Karen player, so I think that he might even be the favorite. No, I'm just playing. He ain't the favorite.
Anyway, all great action all the way through. We're going to start off with Climax and Geno.
Yeah, I think that Climax is definitely the favorite in that match for me.
Yeah. After his performance in that final, and just the fact that even before that he had that tight bison. Yeah, he is the champ of that region, right?
Yeah.
Right now. That's just right now. Let's see what happens in this match, bro.
So skill-wise, this is the thing. So there's a skill part and the fact that he has championship pedigree that's going to play a factor here. But two other people who have championship pedigree in their own right in their field is none other than two of West Coast's finest Vicious, and Renz. Take it away, fellas.
You ain't lying, Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
Good looking out. Thank you for holding it down on the desk as always. And we're looking to hold it down at the mics. Climax, of course. You know, Rob was talking about being the favorite. It sounds like he got a little crush on him. It sounds like it's his favorite. You know what I mean? My man was like, this boy Climax. And I don't blame him. If you saw his run in the bracket to get here, I mean, decimated everyone with the Bison, and then even brought out the Rose, the special DLC, just for some entertainment purposes.
That's right. His entire run consisted of 3 1s, 3 1s, and of course, 3 1s. You know, if you saw the VOD, if you saw the closed qualifier, you saw how nuts Rob went as soon as that victory was over for Climax. He was like, let's go! He's like, Buddy was about it, and for a very good reason, right? Pulling out that Rose, that slight trump card, we didn't think it was going to be a trump card, right? Because of the fact that Rose hasn't been out there that long, especially against a character like Rashid, that pulled so many people by surprise.
100%. Me, I was on commentary, and I was like, what the heck is going on here, man? Climax. I mean, that's what you got to do in situations like this, right? In first to 3 set like that, it's not a lot of time to adjust to an opponent where you have a new character in your face like that, right? A lot of the time, we have more experience up against these characters to try to get some data and figure out the game plans going forward. But Climax, of course, busted out in that grand finals, but we're going to see if he's going to be able to bust out here up against Geno as well. Of course, Geno on the other side, rocking the Cammy. We actually haven't seen too much Cammy in the Intel World Open, it feels like.
Like a handful, maybe 2 or 3 at most, but they haven't been like the main chicken, right? It's been one of those things where Cammy would be on the back burner per se, but we'll see how it goes. Climax going off with his main chicken, which is Bison, and we're seeing KxGeno go with Cammy off the bat, and already to a great start so far. And I say this because, look at this, Bison's already pushed to the corner, but considering how Climax has been playing from this cold qualifier, I think he'll be just fine trying to play defense, already busting out.
Yeah, you can see it. Waking up with the 3-frame. Great V-shift, though, and that punishes the stand heavy kick attempt. Ooh, no, Climax actually not converting that. He will convert into a V-trigger activation, though. Oh, yeah, I like that from Geno as well, just backdashing, make sure he keeps the corner advantage.
Also trying to check Climax just in case, you know, as soon as the head stomps out of the way, trying to make sure the chase down happens so that you can maintain your momentum on offense. But there's the punish. I like that. I think he just built critical art for that. I don't know if he would have been able to instantly do uppercut into critical art for the W. That would have been a different story, though.
Now Climax, of course, I was guessing he has a little bit of V-trigger left. You know he wants to utilize that. He'll do it with a slide into the Psycho Crusher, at least make it safe. Throw puts him on the edge of death, but not yet. Oh my goodness, try back, but nah, CA for the chip. We're not cheap on this first date, best believe.
Oh, never that. Never that. You gotta go out like a king every single time. And that's the thing, right? We saw the fears come out. I was extremely nervous. If Geno had not pursued the critical art chip after that, I would have been, you know, kind of sad for him.
Yeah. Ooh, I like
that was so difficult to call.
I'm surprised Climax reacted in time to block it, to be honest, because he was in the middle of a backdash. Ooh, V-shift, and no, this is good answers from Geno, actually, off these V-shift metas. Like we saw earlier, he V-shifted and then punished the stand heavy kick now, punishing the V-shift from Bison, keeping it locked in this corner, but wait a minute, hell attack. Signature stuff from the Bisons.
There's the back throw. We're going to see a cycle. No, we're going to see a slide instead activated into trigger, keeping Geno honest as well with the heavy kick coming right out. Following it, pursuit, the punish, and the full critical art. There's a lot of scaling behind this one.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be in, oh my goodness. I was getting ready to say how Cammy was going to be in a guess for game scenario, but never mind. Climax actually cashing out in full.
That was actually kind of ridiculous. I didn't think it was going to be enough, but, you know, it'd be like that sometimes. Running into the buffered heavy punch, Climax striking first, getting the full-on punch. V-skill 2 to maintain plus frame advantage.
Yeah, interesting. I didn't even notice he was going with the V-skill 2 in this matchup. Both players are just playing comfortable in the neutral at this point. Oh, no, not that comfortable. I guess Geno looking for a DP on the anti-air, but goes right over, and then we just get a reset with a stand jab. Oh, one more for him. Climax, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 1-0.
What a huge turnaround, too. You're kind of seeing the champion pedigree that Rob TV talked about earlier. Climax was at the deficit with a chip kill against, or when KxGeno killed him with a chip kill. But you're seeing the huge difference in play right now. Climax taking it with a huge life lead, not even just in that round, but in the round previous, really showing what it takes to be a champion. This is looking really, really strong for Climax. He's just got to keep this momentum up. But I will say for Geno, on his behalf, he's played it pretty well up until this point. There's still going to be some adaptations being made. We have a full 3 out of 5 set to take care of as we see that replay as well.
Yeah, this was good stuff. I thought Geno had definitely a good couple of instances when it came to the V shift that I highlighted during the match, right? Yeah, great chip out as well, very aware of the situation. But I mean, we see that a lot of the time, right? That first player taking the game, but the favorite, just that you use that as intel. You can see that's why ClimaxX is able to bounce back 2 games straight. Cannot believe that damage on that super again. And then, yeah, this is where it really all came crashing down for Geno in that match. He ended up whiffing the DP, which resulted in a crunch counter, and then he just got too antsy on defense. We saw him just get clipped by the stand jab as soon as he recovered. I mean, it's rough, man. It's rough, especially when you're up against Bison in the corner, and Cammy just has so little life that if you make a couple of mistakes like that, it all comes crashing down. So unfortunate for him, but we'll see how he bounces back. If he's going to stick with the Cammy, go with the Seth perhaps.
And I'm glad you actually mentioned that too. When you're thinking about Cammy and her defense, if she's sitting still waiting or like biding her time to find that opening out, Bison's going to be dealing a couple of things. A bunch of chip damage or accumulating all that gray life to really cash out and make it hurt, right? So that's kind of dangerous for Cammy. And I don't blame Geno for trying to find a way out early, right? We saw that last replay, tried to use movement as an option, number 1. Number 2, tried to throw out a fast normal earlier, got clipped. We'll see if he has what it takes to play defense, or at least fix it up in these next couple of rounds. Unless he just plays flawless offense right now.
Yeah, right. He's trying to implement that best. The defense is a good offense strat right now, and I mean, he's working it to perfection. ClimaxX already in the corner here. Guess for game scenario, does punish the backdash, but still not out of it yet. I like that check with the stand jab. Oh my goodness, we talked about Cammy's low life. You let him get off, no, he will not. Good enough from Geno. He'll take that trade every day of the week.
I'm glad he found the movement option, because that would have been a real deficit to, or a real morale buster if he managed to get the bomb to detonate as a cross-up, get his turns going over and over again. It would have been very depressing. But Geno, again, trying to make it work offensively. This is the corner control I like to see now. Harassing him with so many lights, getting the links going. The stun was there. He dropped the opportunity. There was a light that connected.
That would have been very close to the entire round and the game if he got that stun off. V-Shift does give him a slight reprieve for a second, but we already got ClimaxX staying right in there. Oh, the dash.
A lot of dashes finding its way in. Geno has not found a way to stop it just yet. Puts himself in the corner. V-Skill to make it confusing. That was plus frames.
Yeah. ClimaxX tried to challenge, but now, oh my goodness, just the immediate.
We talked about this. We talked about this. My man was trying to move out of the way, or at least try to strike on wake up. Actually, I think it was a movement option.
Yeah.
There was no counter hit. We're starting to see the defensive holes, the defensive gaps from Geno.
He blew up the jump with that as soon as he started it. That was super smart from ClimaxX, bro. Oh, wait. Here we get to the other side, back to the save. I like him canceling it to the hooligan right there, but trade. Oh, and then again, the ClimaxX doing whatever he can to try to prevent Cammy from getting our offense started. And he's actually done a good job. He's eaten some damage. Oh, but he's remained in the neutral. He hasn't gotten in the corner. He hasn't gotten stuck. And this is what's netting him the reward right now.
Man, he's netted so many tick throws against Geno so far. He brought him corner to corner virtually off of those throws, right? Here comes a big hell attack conversion into the flames. Going nowhere fast. You've reached the climax. No Usher.
Geno now down 2-0. And ClimaxX looking to finish it off with one more game. You know, you highlighted it when we were talking about this match previously. ClimaxX 3-1 throughout the entirety of his regional qualifying event. So this man, I mean, Geno hasn't even gotten one yet. He's not used to letting people even get close, Chael Sonnen style.
Can't let you get close. He just wants to know the date. That's the thing. It ain't today. It has to be today or never. I gotta be honest with you though, we're seeing very similar results as we did in the previous game, right? We saw the fact that Geno does have what it takes offensively, right? Did net himself the first round, almost a perfect. Yeah. But the thing is, he gets shook pretty easily on defense.
100%. Yeah, it's a perfect analysis, honestly, because we see this again coming out of the first round. As soon as he's on offense, it's all comfortable, right? It's all gravy, but gets on defense, and you can see he doesn't want to block for even a second. That's why that activation on his wake up immediately worked. You can see kind of a little bit just too concerned with getting out of the corner, right? I don't really want to call it panicky. It's not really that. It's just like, I don't know, man. Street Fighter V, a lot of money on the line. You feel that pressure, and it gets to you. And a lot of the time, players just want to get out of that corner. I remember I asked Knuckle do at like Red Bull 2018 or something like that. I saw him just hold up forward out of the corner once, where I was like, man, why did you do that? I went up to him and asked him. He was like, I didn't want to be in the corner anymore. So
I just felt today was the day. I just wanted to move out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, sometimes you just try to take that risk, but ClimaxX was ready, man. He's been doing a great job gelling his opponent up. And Geno, who really didn't seem like they wanted to go with the Seth, has brought it out now.
And I like this. I mean, like, why not try it out? I mean, to be fair, also, we mentioned it. We really highlighted Geno's offensive capabilities. Maybe he could play a little bit more of a neutral-based game with Seth. But the biggest concern right now is still the defensive maneuvers he's going to be forced to pick against Climax.
Yeah, 100% on Cycle Blast as well. Oh, what in the world? The Mad Cradle, just a regular version, going to be whiffing. And yeah, he definitely looks a little flustered at this point. Climax going to put him on a magic pick. So empty jump throw, set point, just like that.
Rolling a D20, landing on a natural 1. That's really unfortunate. Again, seeing that Mad Cradle happen, out of all the options he could have picked, it might have been, I don't know, maybe thinking there was going to be a throw coming out, possibly. Because it was a jab DP.
Yeah, as you mentioned, that is the throw and roll version. Okay, that's plus frames. Yeah, I like that from Geno, just going with a throw. Climax, of course, doesn't want to get clipped by too much, so he's willing to take it as well.
Oh no, the Mad Cradle getting smoked again. And I like that reset from Climax.
I mean, we've been talking about it all Intel World Open. Players constantly prioritizing getting that screen advantage, putting their opponent in the corner. You can see even bypassing an attempt at full punish damage, instead just putting her back into the corner. But we're already seeing that Geno has shoved Climax to this corner.
Oh boy. Okay, what's going to be the options here? Climax now does have the trigger available and the command grab. So we'll see what happens now. Geno is just trying to find his way in, not trying to overextend too much, I feel like. But that's a little risky in and of itself, right? Using the Roundhouse Annihilation Sword.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, busted out with the Psycho Crusher. Has a little bit of V-trigger lift as well.
Sorry, that's a spin kick. My bad.
Wait, Geno, I was going to say, fully loaded on resources as well. V-trigger CA on deck, using the EX Psycho Blast to apply the pressure safely. Geno, he got a little bit too froggy, not respecting the stand medium kick, and now not respecting his option on the throw. You had to tech for your life, and it's always a tough scenario when you have to guess like that in Street Fighter V. It is no longer take the throw fighter at that point.
Man, you had full resources as well. That's really a tough way to start things up. But as the analyst said, this is still the winner's side. Let's take it back with Rob TV and St. Cola to see how they felt about that first matchup.
That match was a beautiful way to start everything off. It definitely was. It was a cooking session.
It was.
But interestingly enough, I mean, Geno, he played well as far as he had a chance. Like in those first 2 games with the champion, he won a round each time. But his style is going to lose to Climax 9 times out of 10.
And you see so many situations where, you know, to be honest, I think Geno lost to himself. He lost himself. Too many jumps made it so obvious for Climax to get the air-to-airs consistently with a lot of damage, especially with V-trigger and the Psycho Crusher. We also saw on a situation where Climax had the bomb implanted, and in the minute Geno woke up, he tried to jump, explosion. That sucker's meaty. I get it. You don't want to hold the pressure, but look at what happened. You lost the damn round. And then above all that, just Geno's defense was just lacking, and we saw Climax not slacking.
Well, I will say that, you know, I will argue that you could say that about any match, like, because I want to make sure we're not taking any credit from because I don't think that. I think he lost to somebody who's just a legitimate, you know, stronger player for the
time,
yeah,
of course,
you know.
Yeah.
You know, as far as Geno's offense and his decision making, the biggest thing that happened is the fact that in Street Fighter V, I would say that there's something like a Trojan horse. When you're pressuring someone, it feels like a gift. It feels like you know, you should take full advantage of that.
Right.
But all it takes, we heard Chris ECH bring this up about playing against Nephew. All it takes is that one counter hit jab into a combo into V-trigger.
Right.
He never wanted to slow down to use Cammy's walk speed, opting always instead to use
went for resets and stuff.
You have the big life lead, use that walk speed. You said those resets.
Were they necessary? I don't think so. But that leads Climax towards the winner's side further and further, and we'll be seeing Geno tomorrow. Now, Idriss going up against AngryBird, the Street Fighter League, the premier Zeku, the premier Seth player.
Yeah, so the last time that we seen AngryBird, actually the last time we seen him was just CPT Middle East, and of course he is the champion. He is in Capcom Cup, so I'm going to be watching his matches closely. Be careful, AngryBird. And we also saw him at Street Fighter League, he actually was the MVP throughout the first half of the season. I want to say Punk got it on the second half, but easily top 2 players there with all of the amazing talent that he had. So AngryBird has to be coming into this as a heavy favorite overall, but his opponent is no joke. E-driss definitely has a strong Colleen. I wonder who AngryBird's going to go with. Do you think we're going to see some Zeku right now, Seth?
I think Zeku's okay in this matchup. I'm not
Yeah, I know
100% sure
you started playing some Zeku.
But yeah, I think Zeku's just okay in this match, or is pretty good in this matchup. He's been focusing on Zeku as well as Seth, and he's bringing both the characters back. He thinks that Zeku is super strong, and I definitely agree with the buffs to the light into the EX and into Oki. He just gets more reward off many of his light situations, and with the V-shift and play, it's kind of like a Karen situation where you're able to V-shift and V-break and things like that, and you don't need V-trigger. So I'm ready to see my boy AngryBird work.
I'm definitely ready to see it as well. And of course, it's always a pleasure seeing my guys Vicious and Ringe work as well.
Without a doubt, these are one of the matches that we've been looking forward to, honestly, because this is honestly one of our favorite players to watch, AngryBird, throughout the CPT, along with brother BigBird. But I gotta say, Idriss, the way that he's been playing, also rocking Colleen, that's a pretty huge signifier, right? Because it takes a lot of gusto to make Colleen work up until this stage. I mean, we all complain about the standing heavy punch, but how far can that move really take you? You gotta have some real talent to make it this far as Colleen.
100%, right? You can see he's already showing the gusto that you talked about. He just started off with a 99-second jump forward. He's like, bro, I'm gonna test your anti-airs early. And AngryBird, he's not one to test, best believe. Already switching back into the young, using the stand heavy kick. Oh, back to back once again. We just saw it in the first game as well. If it's not broke, don't fix it. One round already to the birds.
Are we already gonna see the disparity between the ranks of AngryBird and Idriss? I'm not talking about the CFN ranks. I'm talking about the current standings of CPT.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, you heard Rob talk about this yesterday. There's levels to these things. Even at the highest level, even at the Intel World Open, and right now AngryBird trying to show him that he's just a level above, a cut above.
He is at the upper echelon, and again, Idriss being the underdog is doing a pretty good job of keeping AngryBird contained. That was cool. I like that. Yeah, if you jump off the wall, you are now in that juggle state. Big nerf to that wall jump, and here comes AngryBird off that trigger. You better block low or take the throw.
Yeah, definitely. He decided to take the throw here, but this was actually a really good dash forward from Idriss right there. Oh, except AngryBird already throwing this, man. That's 3. Oh my goodness, just popping up with a CA afterwards. He's like, bro, if you don't actually got these, then I'm going to show you that you need to have them.
How do you feel about that, Ringe?
I mean, it felt like he unloaded some clips from the Birdman, and we're asking what happened to that boy.
Got clapped.
1-0 already to the angry one.
I got to talk about that for a little bit. I will say that Idriss's awareness when it comes to Zeku and V-Trigger made the right call-outs, right?
Yeah.
He only took damage from 2 throws. That's not bad considering how much meter AngryBird actually had while in V-Trigger, because you get that opening, you get that full sequence into critical art. I think Idriss handled it pretty well. It was just an unfortunate circumstance where you hit him with the counter hit light kick and immediately got clipped by a reversal critical art.
Yeah.
That's just unlucky. Part of the game.
100%. Oh, the armbar as well. We're gonna see it, and that's something though that could really affect you mentally, right? It's like, wow, you're just gonna bust out with the CA off getting hit by a stand light kick, and you gotta put that at the back of your mind, right? A lot of money is on the line here, and AngryBird, he's a tournament veteran. He's not gonna get shook by anything. Idriss, it's all on him to bounce back now.
I'm really glad you mentioned the mental stack that can occur in stages like these, right? This is exactly where the underdog shines. Could have had a little bit of a juggle after that because he did wall bounce, but using the invulnerability from that V-Trigger, dashing right up into his face. But here comes Idriss, also has full critical art and a little bit of trigger left.
Yeah, indeed, he's going to be trying to make the most of it now. Ooh, the stand liking not being enough for the trade, but the Parabellum on fire gets put out real quick.
Oh, yeah, not enough oxygen to the brain on that one. That's really unfortunate because, again, you saw the ice hit just a little bit too far off the mark to extend the combo with standing medium punch.
Yeah, AngryBird, he definitely got Idriss a little bit flustered here. Got him lost in the lights on that EX Bootion flip. He actually just completely whiffed the throw attempt and then landed and threw him anyway. Like you can see, Idriss definitely a little more hesitant than he needs to be at the moment.
Oh, that was actually very fortunate for Idriss. AngryBird opted to go for a horizontal anti-air, just barely missed the mark. And now Idriss, I really enjoy his offensive sequences, to be quite honest with you. I think, again, he's been going tit for tat against AngryBird. And this is where, yeah, I needed to see the defense, right? I need to see what he does to handle the trigger 1.
Yeah, hold the double jump out, but man, it's still gonna chase down. I like that, recognizing that AngryBird was in the middle of a dash, so good check here. Full bar on the side of AngryBird, though. You gotta be careful if you're Idriss, right? We've already seen him bust out. Oh no, not respecting the stand fierce range. And I love that AngryBird switching sides as well. I mean, the super's gonna kill anyway, so it doesn't matter about the screen. But either way, AngryBird always ready to go into that super from any hit.
Go ahead, please.
I was gonna say, I think that's one of the things that really separates him as a Zeku as well. We've seen him just always be able to confirm. He does it off the stand light kick. He does it off all kinds of stuff. Like, it's so good.
Yeah, you know, you hit the nail right on the head. I was going to say it if you didn't.
Yeah.
And death was going to come in many forms when it comes to Zeku in the hands of AngryBird, right? We've seen him confirm it off of a counter hit. Medium punch both ways, standing or crouching, right? We've seen him do it off of a light kick. We've seen him do it raw. So I feel like it was prolonging the inevitable.
100%.
All of your efforts led you back to me.
Oh, and AngryBird trying to lead Idriss into the lower bracket. Oh, he's off to a great start. Ooh, the micro wall combo as well. I see you, AngryBird.
That was a little bit in unison too. The little chase down after the icicle hop.
My goodness, AngryBird is thirsty for the stun right now. And Idriss finally gonna let it deplete a little bit. V-ship to avoid that fierce, but not for long.
I like the interrupt. Didn't believe in AngryBird and continuing after that dash.
Oh, no combo though. Nice crush counter anyway, and the stun. Get the arm bar extension. No, he's gonna spend it and secure it. I appreciate that. Making sure the vanity step punch ender closes out the round. Idriss with a round on the board. Is that his first round? I believe so. Yeah, definitely it's been all AngryBird up until this point. Idriss finally stemming the bleeding a little bit here. 2 games of intel, of course, finally figuring out how GC AngryBird plays a little bit, but you can see that Parabellum committal and punished.
A lot more activity coming from AngryBird. Actually, no, he's been going airborne a good amount of this set. What am I talking about?
He most definitely has. There's been a lot of jumps. And it's been paying off for him though, right? We haven't really seen a lot of anti-airs for Idriss, so if your opponent's not going to show you that they're ready for that, then you got to keep abusing that strategy for the victory.
Yeah, I will say Idriss's ground game has been pretty solid thus far. There's been so many instances where AngryBird has been put on the back foot, except for that moment right there. Spotted out the gap between the hail other side. That was so ambiguous, but man, you had to make that guess.
Oh yeah, AngryBird keeps swinging at this point. He swings one too many times, and Idriss puts himself on the board with that one. Okay, Idriss, that's what I'm talking about. We wake it up, and not only did he take that game, but he did not drop around to AngryBird in that one as well. So 2 back-to-back straight. That is going to be very healthy for his morale and his mentality.
You know, this is the first time I really get to see Africa really show out. Coming in from Algeria, showing full well the kind of patience he has against a tournament veteran like AngryBird, right? He is showing him up in the ground game. That's actually pretty cool. It's like seeing a professional come out to the streets, right? Trying to play some street ball, and then he gets shook. He gets his ankles crossed.
Man, LeBron came up against Hot Sauce. You ain't ready for it, bro. Oh, no. Oh, actually did not confirm. Moving with the crouch medium punch. Could have got the stand medium punch, I believe. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for that time. Yeah, it's going to go into the DP ender. That is Mad Buff. Oh, the most electrifying move in Street Fighter Entertainment. The People's Elbow Zeku version that time. An AngryBird on set point.
Now it's looking like he's playing against like the other Olympians, as LeBron James does. He jumps on everybody.
And you know, JaVale McGee just got added to the roster, so there's definitely some dunking being had.
That's for sure. And that's the answer we were looking for earlier, right? As Ringe mentioned, he just hasn't really done much when it comes to the air-to-air or anti-airs, but in the ground game, I feel like it's kind of shifted way towards the favor of AngryBird.
Yeah, and that's the thing with a caliber of player that is AngryBird, right, is that even if you take a game off of him, with this 2-0 lead, that's just some intel that he's finally gathering to figure out how to adjust his game plan, and he'll do it very quickly.
Oh, the hail's coming in, and I like these conversions from Idriss. Man, this lockdown has been so intimidating. AngryBird forced to use a V-reversal. Oh, here comes the hail.
You really mentioned it, man. Idriss's neutral game on the ground and his offense are both very solid. It's really just when he gets put on the defensive end that AngryBird has made all the right reasons, caused him to be a little panicky. Oh, nice, there's the anti-airs we want. Ooh,
you're dead.
That kick. Okay, Idriss, that's what I'm talking about. And what a response as well, because AngryBird took that round, put himself on set point, and Idriss responding in kind. This is definitely more life than we've seen before in those first 2 games. Nice! That's what I'm talking about.
A lot more signs of life coming in from Idriss. He feels the fire coming from beneath him now.
Counter hit confirm as well. And be able to push him towards that corner. STO, he knew AngryBird would be willing to take the throw at that point. Very smart read. Oh, gets the cross and the counter.
Did get the counter hit conversion. Here comes Idriss yet again. Parabellum, dash up twice. No, didn't give him the meaty. Instead, AngryBird delivered the crouching jab on wake up. There's the sweep, no activation. Oh, he doesn't need it yet. There it is.
Yeah, AngryBird waiting to activate it on block for this exact scenario. Oh my goodness, the double jump out is actually gonna get her out for now. That stun bar is still high, but a great air-to-air gonna stop that. And the chip on the 22 bouncing back like a champ. 2-2.
The nerves of steel. This is a huge difference from the set we saw prior, right? We're seeing all of the defensive options being exercised by Idriss, being able to make the right reads against AngryBird, and successfully defending against the onslaught of both AngryBird's normals with Zeku and the trigger chase down.
This is like a textbook adjustment style play from Idriss. He recognized the weaknesses, he recognized the things that were getting him killed, and he has fixed those, right? We've seen the air-to-airs, we've seen the anti-airs. His ground game was already good. You talked about it. His offense was already netting him a lot of damage. He just needed to shore up that defense, and he's doing it. Oh, that was
mad for. What do you mean? Where was the hitbox?
Oh, the crush counter here, but you can see AngryBird, he's always ready to press, even when he gets hit. However, Idriss has the offensive momentum yet again here.
Dash up 2 times over, now delays the crouching medium punch. That's got to be info for AngryBird. But now the counter hit exposes AngryBird again.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, and because he actually got the stun off that one ice hail hit, that was going to be more than enough damage here, and Idriss is on set point. My man Rob TV's hands are on his head, bro. Like, this is not something we expected. AngryBird is one of the favorites to take the entire thing. Idriss, of course, an elite player as well, but I mean, come on. He doesn't have the experience that AngryBird has.
Not that we know thus far. This is the perfect stage to expose it right now. Idriss making a huge comeback from a deficit that we thought was unrecoverable from, but now Idriss, look at the defense. I'm telling you, he is under pressure in this corner. Still finds the mark with the jump. The V-break, no sir. Big counter hit. Here comes Idriss.
Yeah, this is so good. Oh, he's got the V-trigger on deck as well. Got a slight whiff punish, but not committing to anything. Oh, AngryBird finds a big jump in, just takes the slide knockdown, trying to get him to bite with that stand heavy kick. Not going to bite at all whatsoever. Wanted to throw him back into the corner. He can do it. Another air-to-air. My goodness, he is shutting this down. Another crush counter as well. Tries to mix him up. Not going to happen yet. V-trigger popped out from AngryBird.
Oh boy, he can't take another throw. Critical art is going to be a...
Oh, what an
my God!
Oh, and the back throw. Oh,
he's not dead. Vanity step, doesn't matter. The chip doesn't happen. The chip doesn't happen, and he just puts AngryBird to losers with a huge comeback.
What a set already coming out of Middle East and Africa. This is so sick. Idriss taking it 3-2 on a 3-game comeback. Rob TV is walking around the studio, running around the studio. I want to hear from him and Seikola.
Okay, I see what this region is on today. Listen, I don't want to hear nothing but respect when it comes to analyzing this match from anybody that was watching this, any of the viewers, the players, I don't care. My man's played nice. I thought AngryBird was about, especially after he was up 2-0 Saint.
Right.
I thought he was 3-0 this man, it was over with. AngryBird played extremely aggressive, felt like he was supposed to win. You could tell, even when he had a decent life lead, he was all dash.
Yeah, getting in the ass.
And he was getting in that ass. But in the end of the day, what happened? Idriss with the adjustment started checking him, started punching him in the mouth. Punched the bully in the mouth, Saint.
All up in that business. Let me tell y'all something. AngryBird, he plays so fast. That dude beats that sick like it owes him money, okay?
Yeah.
So to keep up with somebody, to whip punish, crouching medium punch with your fears.
That was OD.
That puts some respect on this man's name.
The most amazing thing, man, the air-to-airs.
Right, the checks. He can see every single time. If it wasn't a throw, it was a jump back jab. And he stopped after the first couple of sets, he was stopping the dashes.
Yeah.
He was stopping the runs. The EX ones as well. Even though AngryBird tried to mix it up, my man was staying sober.
And I'll tell you what, when it comes to that was bars. And when it comes to young Zeku, his jump in, like that deep jump in is so annoying. It's one of his best tools, because the jump arc, so you guys know, different characters have different jump arcs. As you can see right there, right on cue, that jump in right there, Idriss was not letting it happen. Even in the most clutch situations where he's close to being KO, we talked about it. We seen Chris CCH abuse the mental stack against Nephew.
Right.
He was close to being eliminated from the tournament. And as we can see right here, even with the mental stack high, Idriss is showing at the moment is just not too big for him. The air throw right there, the back throw, I couldn't believe that didn't kill. And then the bait and CA. Oh my goodness.
And Rob, how many times have people got by aggressive play? You know what I'm saying? And not even at this level. Just, man, how do I contain the chaos of Street Fighter 5? It's not possible. I can't do anything about it. Look what happened here. Pure defense in the offense into a victory for Idriss taking it over Bird. It's possible, people.
You know the greatest trait that he showed right there?
Tell me.
Was a lack of being starstruck.
Thank you.
And I'm telling you that happens so much in fighting games. If you can learn anything from this set right here, guys, outside of just the fundamental side, it's that no matter who you're going up against, you have to believe that you are supposed to win. It's Zeku versus Colleen. It's not Idriss versus AngryBird.
Right,
He's
right.
used to playing this matchup with plenty of people in ranked, plenty of people in battle lounges,
Exactly.
things like that. So just treat it the same. Have your strategy and execute. And we saw that from Idriss there. AngryBird, I still would say, even in loser side, is the favorite to win this tournament. I'm still standing on that.
I'm with you with that. And that's one of those things where on AngryBird's side, I feel like he's going to look at that match because he has grown as a player. He used to play super aggressive to the point where it kind of messed him up. And he still kind of has those like panic moments that you can kind of see. If he can smooth those out, you can do it.
I feel like, yeah,
it's a different stage though, man.
It's hard to doubt AngryBird, man. We've seen him on the best stages in the world.
Right, exactly.
Like, you know, this guy's
refined.
Easily in Capcom Cup and everything. His offense is so ridiculous. His neutral is amazing. You know, like I said, I don't think that, I feel pretty bad for Geno down there. Actually, I might have to, it's so hard.
Oh, hold up now. We thought the same thing. We thought the same thing about this match, but anyway, but the next match.
As we can see, we have Arydoon going up against GTR. Again, even though Rashid is in the other player's name, don't get confused. He does play the worst character in the game, GTR, but two of the best casters or commentary, as Logan would say, duo in the world, Renge and Vicious. Commentary.
Something like that. We're going to get the UK folks down there earlier. The Four Horsemen are taking a break right now. We got Midwest and West Coast connection.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, of course. That's our boys right there. And you'll see them a little later, especially with the Europe regions coming up today, right? Europe East and Europe West. But right now, Middle East is popping, bro. I still can't believe that last match we have. I'm recovering from that. And now we're going to have Arydoon versus Rashid, a.k.a. GTR. So we're going to have Rashid, the character for Arydoon. And, of course, as you heard Rob TV mentioning, the Gil going to be coming out from Rashid. And, I mean, GTR has a lot of experience against the best players in the Middle East, right? The Birds. But I mean, we've already seen this competition is not just the Birds, right? We've seen Algeria upset some of the Middle East competitors already, and we're going to see if Arydoon can kind of upset GTR as well.
No, that's right. We're going to see how the Middle East handles Africa.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Africa. These guys are coming to play. You know what I'm saying? Arydoon versus Rashid Alawadi, a.k.a. GTR. Now, we got to say with Arydoon, the way that he performed in his close qualifier, this man is absolutely a threat. And Rashid Alawadi has to make sure that he doesn't treat it like a BigBird match. He's got to treat him as his own individual and figure out what needs to be done to get the upper hand.
I love that you brought up the fact that he has so much experience up against the Rashid because of the Birds, right? But that's the thing, that it is a gift and a curse when it comes to having a lot of experience against the character, because you can get so used to somebody's play style that you could be caught off guard, but he's not being caught off guard just yet. Retribution combo, huge damage on this DP punish. Ooh, and then you got caught reaching. Says SF3, don't forget about it.
What's a crush counter? I don't need it. I have retribution.
So sick right there. Getting that crush counter property via the regular combos. Of course, that does hinder him in certain ways.
He definitely needs it, though. He needs a crush counter, let's be honest. He kind of needs it, low-key, right? I mean,
he does.
Sure, he's got V-trigger, whatever. He gets access to both sides of his glory, but whatever. Not a big deal.
Yeah, of course. Oh, wow. What a just composed response from GTR right there. Not even going with the anti-air, just with the stand jab, and it confirmed off of it once he hit landing.
And I like that, yeah, 2 throws into the tick frame trap, and now sitting back down. Big attack from Rashid Alawadi, or excuse me, from Arydoon, excuse me.
And now I'm going to put the Fire Lance on him as well, just making him respect that space. Oh, he tried to parry the Whirlwind, but Arydoon was just 2 in his face already. Not going to let him capitalize off of it.
Oh, we've seen this kind of harassment before from his grand final set from the close qualifier. Uh-oh. One more sequence.
Hard calling out the throw bait right there, but not called out hard enough. Arydoon coming back. I just couldn't believe he did that stand medium kick on the throw bait, bro. Or I mean the crouch medium kick, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a little bit more, I don't know if he would have killed with that critical art, and I don't think Rashid Alawadi felt the same way, right? I mean, it could have killed, but I don't know, if it doesn't, you would have been in a huge deficit.
Yeah, exactly. Rather conserve the meter for this 3rd round. Oh no, gets caught reaching. Arydoon has him in the corner here. Now you got to guess for stun. Ooh, that's why he's going to spin the V-reverse. Of course, we know how big of a V-trigger that, like, a part of Gil's game plan is. However, still, he doesn't want to get stunned up. That could have been too much of a life deficit to come back from.
Man, he's just sweeping right after the throw attack, and now another throw incoming. Arydoon smells, but what an interruption. He definitely knows the matchup. He knows the gaps, but does Arydoon know the gaps against Gil?
Yeah, right now, trying to show some respect, but ooh, yeah, that's going to be majorly punishable.
Walking it out and walking it out. Rashid Alawadi does have full critical art on deck, but can't take more than a single hit.
Man, jumps right into his waiting arms right there. Oh, the parry on the other side!
Dead! Ridge, he's cooked!
That was so sick, Rashid Alawadi. I mean, that's the thing about his defense on jump-ins has been superb. And we see another time, again, just taking advantage of that. And I mean, it felt like anybody's game right there. In my opinion, Arydoon had a lot of that momentum. It really felt like it was his game to win. But Rashid Alawadi snatching victory from the jaws of defeat and going up 1-0.
Again, we talk about this kind of character. Rob prefaced it with, man, this character is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Right? But with the high risk maneuvers that he can take, comes with high reward, right? Taking that guess at a parry or a slight reaction, I should say, in anticipation for that jump in, that's very difficult, but man, it reaps such great rewards, netting him that first game against Arydoon. And now Arydoon has to have that in the back of his mind. It's like, man, do I have to be more weary or should I just punch the pedal to the metal?
Yeah, exactly right. Try to not let Rashid Alawadi even get his game started. Instead, just really go wild style with Rashid. But look at this, man. Rashid is settling it all down. I meant the player, not the character in that instance. Oh my God! He's just waiting.
You're not even taking that back. You're just taking it to the dome, the knees. What? Right into the face. Ouch!
And you can see the specific answers that Rashid Alawadi has in this matchup just makes so much sense. You can see where the experience comes in.
Oh.
And yeah, at this point, I really like the fact that you highlighted that pedal to the metal type style because I don't think you're going to have better matchup knowledge in this than Rashid Alawadi, right? Obviously, he plays one of the best Rashids in the world, and I mean, Arydoon, unless he plays this fella, he's not going to have Gil experience on this level.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a huge difference in terms of like how the rounds went. Arydoon, again, contesting it pretty well. I'm really enjoying the kind of lockdown he's presenting against Rashid Alawadi. He's making sure that, you know, I'm going to keep it nice and tight and make sure that you don't get any exposable gaps and clean up my game a little bit, which he's more than capable of. But man, let's talk about the offense coming in from Rashid Alawadi, though. That stun is racking up just maybe a couple hits. You got to make sure you do not expose yourself to get punished. I like the bravery on that. Instant air eagle spike.
Yeah, taking a page out of JP's book that time. And it actually was able to get the stun depleted as well. The freeze state was on him for quite a while. Oh my goodness, just outside of the range. Thought he was going to be able to get a dash up and kill him, but we got Rashid Alawadi sitting on full CA now as well, but he's going to have to save that for the third round as once again the Crouch Fierce comes out, one of the most dominant neutral tools for Rashid.
Putting himself on the board now, all tied up here in game number 2, or at least for the rounds, right? Rashid Alawadi now sitting on full stack of critical art, trying to get a core punch. There is a punish on that, significant one of that, but here comes Arydoon. Anti-air covering after the option select gets whipped. Whoop!
Man, this is so good, and yeah, we saw JP do that as well. That stand heavy kick, punishing the V-shift, so active, moves him forward as well. Just decimating his opponent at this point. Great defense.
Pressure!
Now, but he's gonna need even more to get out of the situation.
Oh!
Okay, wait a minute, back throw here.
Oh man!
You know, Arydoon knew the date that time. He let him get close, took him down, and got a 1-1 tie ball game.
He got it to his face. He's like, right now. I want to do it right now.
Right now. Let me see. I mean, you know, we've seen the whiff punishes with command grabs in the UFC, but we're going to see maybe if we get a whiff punish into a grab with Rashid Alawadi. He's been making it really work when it comes to his like defensive decisions, but of course, Arydoon bounced back super well in that second game. You can see this is going to be even. I expect this to kind of be how this region goes at this point, man. All these players came to play, and you can see they're trying to show out a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and a lot of shine coming through.
I will say the Algeria FGC has done really well when it comes to showing off their adaptation skills. They are not getting flustered mentally. They're taking it round by round. And, you know, it makes me even more excited to see these guys shown in the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly, right? We were expecting the Birds, GTR, a lot of these guys with big experience in the CPT to have a composure, right? But it seems like the Algerian FGC is matching that composure with less big tournament experience, which is amazing.
Man, look at the harassment right now against Rashid Alawadi, covering that option select throw again. Arydoon is looking like a whole different player, Rin, just as if he just swapped out. He's like, you know what? I figured it out. I know exactly what I need to do now. Again, it's all about making sure you don't take any unnecessary risks that leave you vulnerable, that leave you susceptible to any free damage and momentum for Rashid Alawadi.
And that's what happened in this very round, right? Rashid Alawadi actually committed to a lariat that is very punishable on block. Arydoon made sure he paid for it. Great parry, but he actually recovered in time not to get clipped by the crouch fears.
That's huge right there, making sure that the gap goes punished, or actually gets punished. And now the jump in. Nothing after that, just the back throw from Rashid Alawadi. Oh boy.
Oh, actually, not gonna be able to net too much off of it. Does recover in time. Oh, tries to bust out after the jump in. He's gonna pay dearly for that one. And yeah, not cheap this time. Rashid Alawadi definitely respecting the offense from Arydoon. Obviously, he had V-trigger left as well. Didn't want to give Rashid that opportunity.
Actually kind of nasty. The risks that Arydoon taken is so far 0 for 2. We haven't seen that EX spinning mixer find the mark just yet. Will it deter him the next time that he's under pressure? I'm kind of curious when he's going to bust that out again and how often Rashid Alawadi is going to be thinking about that option.
Yeah, I want to see, like, you know, he's been busting out with his back against the wall, right? Where it's like real bad, the round might end.
Well, there you go.
That's what I wanted him to do, was use it earlier now, make sure to catch him off guard, not with his game on the line. That was a great adjustment. However, the retribution's coming in hot and heavy. Yeah, he did the throw last time, so great adjustment from Arydoon right there, reading that, and even better.
V-skill past the flame javelin like that. Very smart, good awareness of the matchup. You would think, man, how often do you get to play any gills?
Yeah. That's good stuff from Arydoon right here, right? And that's one of the benefits about the break between the qualifiers and this event. You get to study the bracket, know who you're going up against. Oh my goodness, the Eagle Spike to blow through the fireball. You can see he is ready for this kill right now.
Get thrown!
You knew it. It was time to guess for game. No more take the throw 5-5 when you have that little life left. Arydoon up 2-1 now, man. And the Algeria players are popping off.
This is what I wanted to see, man. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to know how Arydoon was going to do against someone like GTR, aka Rashid Alawadi, who's had the utmost practice, or the most practice against Rashid players. Some of the best, one of the best in the world, BigBird. But man, I got to say, Arydoon is really changing it up. There's something about his offense, right? There's something about it that is hard to put a finger on, because he knows how to change gears so effortlessly, and in a sense that it's under the radar. Rashid Alawadi hasn't found a way to stop his offense. Again, look at that! He's changing it up to make these false gaps happen.
And that is the exact type of archetype you need to play as with Rashid, right? The character himself is so good at that, going from 0 to 60 in an instant. Has great tools to apply pressure continuously, like you just saw, or he can play slow in the neutral, and Arydoon has been utilizing every single tool to great effectiveness.
I'm telling you, man, Algeria, stand up. This is your moment.
Oh, look at this whip punish, bro.
I've seen in terms of adaptation, and these guys are really showing it off, and it's super impressive. And now Rashid Alawadi trying to find the low, does get so, knocks him down with the coral kick on the way up, gets the throws, crushing the cranium, excuse me.
That's my favorite throw in the game, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice crush medium punch there again. He's just really been so composed, established the type of momentum. You're not getting out for free, and then punishing and puts him back in the corner. Are you serious, Arydoon? V reversal, you're not out of this yet. Oh, tries the Eagle Spike. He's a little shook though, doesn't even want to apply pressure real quick after. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
You had me? You never had me.
You never had your car.
Granny shifted, not double clutching like you should.
Arydoon, though, still on set point.
Man, both these cats are keeping it neck and neck, and I love it, man. These guys are going maximum capacity. Where we're going, we don't need roads. These guys are high flying.
Exactly, and Arydoon has him in the corner already as well. Trying to make him work, bring that cash in. Oh, what an interruption. We saw that earlier. Rashid Alawadi very much ready for those EX Whirlwind block strings. Oh, he actually
no!
And Rashid was definitely ready. Maybe
a little bit of the oil that pops out from the pan on that one, trying to cook.
Oh my goodness, Arydoon has him in the corner now as well. Take the throw. Oh, commits to it right there, but he knew that he was going to be able to recover in time to apply pressure himself. Good stuff from GTR.
Oh, just ran into it wrong. This is dangerous territory. Arydoon can easily make this happen with the critical art confirmed. Rashid Alawadi, though, Arydoon, it's pretty close to death.
Yeah, well, definitely. Oh, what an interrupt. It leaves him on a magic pixel here. Oh, and he dashes that life away, sends them to the lower bracket. We'll see you tomorrow, GTR. Arydoon once again putting it on for the Algeria FGC, and we'll be moving on in upper bracket, and we'll see him a little later today. But who we're seeing right now is Rob TV and St. Cola. Let me hear it, fellas.
I couldn't wait to bring up the fact that we all know about Daigo Umehara. But today we are actually getting to see Daigo Umehalal and GTR. That is a nickname that he made up himself, which is actually super godlike. And I tell you what, he actually played phenomenal. But Arydoon getting a victory over him, bro, is like, I wasn't expecting it particularly. It's not surprising. It's not like because Arydoon was amazing in his close qualifier, making it all the way to grand finals.
As we saw before.
Losing the climax. Yeah. And GTR has so much experience in his matchup.
Right, he knows. I mean, BigBird, he plays all the damn time, but we got to give it to Arydoon. Definitely had a lot of anti-guild tech. Knew the strings to jump out, EX, Eagle Spike all the way through, you know, knew what to do for round closers, and also adapted how GTR was playing. We were talking about this before in the back, how GTR really wanted to wait for the pace to be initiated, either by parry or, you know, finding a situation to come through.
Needs to, because that's the, I think he's playing the matchup.
Yeah, he's playing the matchup, but sometimes
not making the right reads in neutral.
Exactly.
So, like you said, you've seen so many times, you know, this is the thing, in the end of the day, you're not gonna make the right read all the time on wave.
Right.
If you just sit there, you know, and let your opponent stand right in front of you, and we go to training mode, and I let you stand right in front of me, and I have to make the read of what you're gonna do, throw versus button versus shimmy versus neutral jump, so on and so forth. I'm going to lose that battle in the long run.
Exactly.
On being on the defensive side. That's the reward for being on offense. So when you see someone winning in neutral, that means that they're going to put you in those situations even more often. So your chances of losing just goes down tremendously. We just almost never seen GTR on offense. He was always fighting off of the back foot. And, you know, it's tough to win like that.
I want to give him a little bit of credit towards the end, started coming into that echelon, but it's too late. It's too late to even put it into discussion because, as we saw, Arydoon with the knowledge, dog. We even saw that V skill through the fire pillar.
Yeah, and
that was predictive, right?
Yeah, that's predictive. He did that preemptively, which that's extra ridiculous because you know, Gil's when he throws the fire up and, you know, is it down,
and
like
you feel the pain.
Yeah, like you can't actually react with V skill on that, I'm pretty sure. But I wanted to make sure we react to this bracket right here for you guys because so far it's already been extremely fiery. We see Climax getting a 3-0 over Geno, Idriss with a surprising reverse 3-0 over AngryBird, and then Arydoon getting a 3-1 over GTR. But now we have BigBird, one of the greatest players on earth.
Yes, sir.
That's an EVO grand finalist, second place, the EVO runner-up, and of course won premieres and all of that, going up against Darksword. Now listen, look at BigBird's name. Big capital, Nasser, Big and Bird.
Behind him.
Big and Bird is capitalized. Darksword a Karen player, bro. He don't need all that. Man got all lowercase letters, bro. And there's a certain power behind that. And you know, there's such thing as trying too hard, Saint.
Like this?
Listen, you got, all right, look, I'm just gonna let that slide right now. And we're also gonna slide things over to Vicious and Ringe on.
Karen player out of here.
Away, guys.
The disrespect. My man has been showing him the utmost respect, and even if he crosses the line, he's like, my bad, Saint, that was a below the belt. Saint just goes in. He just does not care. Goes right in there. And maybe we'll see that in this gameplay as well. I'm going to transition it over with Darksword and BigBird. Again, Morocco versus the United Arab Emirates. This is going to be a very interesting matchup because we've seen Karen only a handful of times, only through Punk, really.
Yeah.
There's going to be another time where we get to see the Karen prowess, but is it going to be enough to take down someone like BigBird, who is well versed in that matchup? Again, BigBird and Punk are pretty much best friends, right? So we're gonna see how different Darksword brings this Karen to BigBird's door.
Indeed, and I mean, this is the last hope for the United Arab Emirates in the winner's bracket so far, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Hey, that's true.
That is
It's
wild.
been an all-Africa affair thus far.
Exactly. We saw Climax representing Morocco able to advance in the upper bracket, and the two Algeria players as well. And now Darksword looking to make it an all-Africa winner's bracket. Oh, but yeah, as you mentioned, BigBird has a whole lot of Karen experience, and he's already off to a significant life lead here.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah, being able to suss out any sort of roundhouses from characters like Karen, Ken as well. There's just a ton of recovery behind it, so you kind of treat it like a fireball, right?
Exactly. 100%. Oh,
swat him down. That was a full screen fly swatter. In fact, he took up the chancla and threw it right at the bugger.
Yo, that is a headshot if I've ever seen one. I don't know how you do that with a chancleta, but that is impressive.
Yeah, don't try to interrupt between that because you can get hit with a trade combo after that with the Orochi, especially after the stand heavy punch. So again, good awareness of BigBird. And speaking of stand heavy punch, there's a crush counter. EX% hug, get off of me.
Yeah, good stuff from Darksword here. Fighting back now, trying to go quietly into the knife, but an even better whip punish. I mean, you can tell, you mentioned, you know, he's got a lot of experience in this matchup. He combos off that as well. You want to DP me, it's okay. I'll still keep you in this corner. Does catch the jump out or the backdash, either
Yes!
way. Great.
Look at the damage.
Or throw time to guess for game, fam. Oh, and attack for his life successfully. Sweep as soon as he lands. Ballsy move, of course, he had the V-trigger to cancel into either way.
Oh, you had to see it coming. You had to see that option when it comes to those final scenarios, right? You still see him, BigBird, that is, walking behind the tornado, and from full screen, you know it's about to dissipate, so you gotta be aware that the Eagle Spike is coming. Maybe neutral jump or even back jump, something.
Yeah, I was exactly going to say that same thing, right? In that scenario there, I would be looking for a neutral jump. Obviously, trying to interrupt is a very dangerous maneuver, right? You're going to be sticking your hand in the blender. If you just do it at the wrong time, you're going to get smoked.
You're going to try to catch a single blade as it's running?
Yeah, exactly. So I would have definitely liked to see the neutral jump or the back jump, as you said, but I think Darksword just got caught up a little bit. He will keep that in mind going forward, I believe.
BigBird already pressing the issue, pushing Darksword into the corner now. Big interruption there from Darksword. And I say, you know, the damage was little, but the impact was huge, right? Gets him out of the corner, getting a good amount of damage as well, spinning that bar. Trigger is on deck, but man, he's not going to need it. He's getting all the whiff punishes right now.
Yeah, that was such a clean response from the wall cling into the drop down. Oh, respecting a lot this time. You can see already Darksword, he was looking for the jump, right? And that's why BigBird baited it out first and didn't actually commit to the Eagle Spike till afterwards.
But at least we're seeing the adaptation from Darksword. It's just not going to be enough against someone like BigBird, who's already taken the first round of game 2.
Yeah, as you heard Rob mention, right, Evo Grand Finalists, you don't get there without staying a step ahead of your opponent, adjusting before they even make their adjustment. So see BigBird, just an elite caliber player once again. Oh my goodness, elite usage of that stand fierce as well.
Multi-appearances on the Capcom Cup stage and just on big stages in general. This man, BigBird, is completely well-versed in this matchup for sure, but I will applaud Darksword. He's been adapting slowly but surely. But man, that's a little bit tough going for the full counter hit combo, but I did like the readjustment from BigBird, pushing Darksword into the corner for that punish first.
Yeah, now Darksword, we tried for an anti-air, but BigBird instead goes with the shallow jump to bait it out.
Oh. Does get the Orochi again. BigBird is forced to sit still after the heavy punch. Into the Orochi. Activation. Chip is going to be... okay, I lied.
Oh, yeah, it's off the table now, but you're not wrong, right? He would have whittled him down a little bit, would have forced Darksword to think about using that V reversal, and instead, BigBird just catches him low anyway. 2-0 lead. I mean, this is what we were expecting from BigBird. However, let's not forget, AngryBird was off to a 2-0 lead as well and got 3 came back. Yeah, so this is definitely not over yet. Darksword, we saw, you know, Rob was hyping him up, definitely a Karen fellow main, and he wants to see him succeed. And I mean, we've seen these players come back from deficit after deficit. The grit and the heart has been shown, so I want to see Darksword bring it out now.
I kind of want to see a little bit of more options on defense when it comes to the V-gauge, right? He hasn't had a lot of success with the V-trigger itself, and he's been at such a huge deficit. And even if he does get so, BigBird has had such a significant life lead advantage that it wouldn't have mattered as much. So I kind of want to see him use the V-trigger early, or sorry, V-reversal.
Oh, no.
No, not in that instance. You know, I jinxed it. I jinxed it.
You know, that's such a shame, right? Because you definitely called it in terms of what Darksword was then looking to adjust for, right? He was like, okay, you're right. I haven't been doing a lot of V-trigger usage, and because of that, I'd rather just use this V-reversal or these V-shifts to keep it in the neutral game where Karen excels at, but he just used it at the worst time possible.
That was unfortunate, man. I'm sorry.
It was.
I feel like I'm involved in that. I apologize.
You're like, no, just V-reversal, man, and then he just gets punished for the first one he tries. It's like,
V-shift, you know?
Ouch.
Come on now.
Oh no, tried the EX command dash, got the glass broken on her, my goodness. Just complete lockdown control from BigBird right there. Great stuff once again. Gonna keep the United Arab Emirates representing in the upper bracket side. As we expected, BigBird the favorite to win the entire thing. But what your favorite? I don't know what I was gonna go with right there actually. The transition was flopped, but don't worry, we'll be right back in the Intel World Open here on twitch.tv/ESL. Don't go anywhere.
to pay with Visa. It's that fast. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
My brother AngryBird playing amazing there, and of course recently he's been looking amazing as well as he's been on his fitness journey right alongside Big Hollywood. My man has leaned out so much, and you can see that he's also trimmed the fat when it comes to his gameplay. His strategy was just completely on point. He had a reason behind every single thing that he did, you know, and I feel like right now BigBird, I have to amend one statement, and I apologize for the slight disrespect. I said that AngryBird is still the favorite from the loser side. I would say that now that BigBird is on winner side and AngryBird's on losers, he has to have the slight edge.
Word.
In favor now, at least a slight edge. Their grand finals of CPT it came down to the end, last game, last round.
Right, only a few hits to do it, and honestly, you know, it could go in either way, but this time right now, it is BigBird moving on the bracket. I want to point out something that Vicious had brought up. He was correct in saying, yo, Darksword, you need to use that V-bar for something, dog. You can't let that be lacking in slack, and my dog didn't do anything with it. But when he did do it was a time that BigBird had snuffed it out, and that's the thing, is you have to bring that earlier out in the round. You can't just be waiting for too long, because it's just saying, I'm going to bring this option out later on. Like, now I'm going to bring it on. Now I'm going to do it, and it's too obvious, and we saw that with the wall jump.
Well, you know, BigBird, honestly, I would say that he made him be versatile in that spot, if that makes sense.
That's a good point. He forced him to feel that pressure where he wasn't even using it before.
Yeah.
He forced him to, hey, man, I want you this option. And that wall jump already a great thing to do, because even if, you know, there's so many options that you have to think about in terms of where he's going to land, where he's going to land with, which area. In fact, that was only one part of why BigBird took that round. In fact, I'm get the telestrator up and I'll show you a sequence that shows you how strong he is in the Karen matchup, how strong he is as a player, and his reads.
So much
against the players,
so
man.
much experience with a punk over the years.
Right, dog.
Matches.
But I'll tell you one thing. Some of this came down to just him being a great player and understanding how Darksword wanted to play. Now, I want to call attention to this right here. You see my man Darksword getting anti right there. Yeah, V-shift. He puts a little bit of V-shift on it. Gets punched with the V-skill. Nah, no big deal, no big deal. Back to square one. We'll let this bar build up to the bottom.
Back throw.
And what we're waiting for right now is for BigBird to get V-trigger, okay? There it is, off the back throw, right? Now right here, this is where the sequence starts. That's ridiculous to me. This shows you that you have the knowledge of not only the matchup, but the player and what they want to do, right? Here's the back throw. What does he do immediately? Wake up, sweep. Now, most people would do this and would not have a plan in their mind. But BigBird had one and had a backup, the plan B, C, and D. Look down here. What's that say? V-trigger?
Hate to see it.
Just in case it was blocked or baited or whatever, he had something to come through with.
They're saying he can react to if it's blocked or hit.
Yes, sir. So now, this sequence is dirty right here. This is just dirty right here. The push right here, the tornado behind him, gets that combination. After this flip right here, guess where he goes back into? The tornado, the twister. Rated R. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You see that jump back? The Barnum and Bailey's?
That was beautiful.
This is the reason why I can see you saying that he is a favorite. This is the reason why I'm many people's favorite. And honestly, in my mind, he is tied now with AngryBird. The solidity in these situations shows me that definitely has what it takes to take this tournament.
Yo, that was just an amazing breakdown right there, and I love the twister bars right there. And, man, that was just, yo, listen. I know. I feel like your head is starting to get big under that fro. Like, I feel like that might not even be a fro. Your head just that big right now. But there's a big chance that we're about to see an amazing match as we have Climax going up against Idriss. We have Arydoon going up against BigBird. Climax and Idriss, look, that's one where at first I would have been like, oh yeah, Climax for sure.
Yeah, easy work.
My man just got a reverse 3-0, regardless of the conditions. The man just got a reverse 3.
Right.
AngryBird. He could have easily been too scared, too nervous in that spot, but clearly he was ready for the occasion. And two friends of mine that are always rising up to the occasion is none other than Vicious and Range, unless it's a hair show for Vicious.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't even know what's happening with us four today, it seems like. All of a sudden, Rob was nice to Cola, and then Cola was mean to Rob, and now Rob's mean to Vicious.
I
guess I'm the only one not catching straight so far, but I mean, I don't know. You know, I'll throw some shots, though. My man Cola had a cool breakdown, but you gave him that breakdown. You were the one that was like, yo, you should do this, and that, and the reversal usage. But whatever, that's beside the point. Climax versus Idriss. This is going to be winners bracket semis. One half of it, of course, going to be Morocco versus Algeria. Climax, of course, going to be bringing the Bison to the table. Idriss, man, what a showing on that Colleen, though, in that first round.
Right, I'm absolutely excited to see it again. Rob prefaced it earlier perfectly, right? We've seen the kind of power that Climax has, but the way that Idriss outperformed AngryBird, that in and of itself is super impressive. What is on the screen, Rich?
Dude, yeah, you were looking at something else, but Climax is bringing out that rose that we saw in the grand finals.
That's
baby.
what I'm talking about. Underrepresented characters, right? Barely came out. Let me see the power. Give me a reason for Capcom to nerf this character, or maybe buff it depending on the results, but I need to see it firsthand. You're about to witness history in the making. It's Climax versus Idriss. Rose versus Colleen.
Right, yeah, this man Climax always be having the home field advantage, too. He likes to take it to the dojo.
That's true.
He does. Oh, already in air to air. You can see Climax, man. And what confidence, what bravado this man has.
No!
Speaking of confidence and bravado, Idriss got some of that too. The parry bringing out nice and early.
And it's always impressive to see that, right? That is a hard call out, a prediction to see whether or not the opponent is going to flinch or try to take turns back.
Oh, putting the orb on the screen here, trying to prevent Idriss just from getting in. And then again, another great confirmation off that crouch medium kick.
Oh, Soul Spiral exchanging with the hail. There's a sweep activation into trigger 1. Watch out for the teleport.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to teleport to avoid the V trigger at the very least. And now that is gone for Colleen.
Yeah, you see Climax trying to set up, right? Moving a lot more towards the edge of the screen to get himself ready. And Idriss was so smart, sniffing it out to just move forward. He doesn't want to get involved with any teleportation mix-up. Very smart. But now back to this game, right? Climax with a good amount of life in the lead right now. He can play the long-range game if he needs to.
Yeah, 100%, and we saw Climax bring out one of those big rolls normals for the first time early on in the set. Couldn't quite get the big combo that he was looking for, but still with a significant life lead at this point, Climax can chill out, take a couple of throws before he really has to be concerned with his defense. Oh!
Man, I had PTSD when I heard Soul Satellite as well. I'm like, no, not like this. Not like this.
Oh man, shout out Filipino, man.
This is your fate.
Oh, yes indeed, Idriss already catching him.
Neutral jump, V-shift out, didn't get the appropriate punish. Oh, actually, I don't think he could have punished that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, Climax is a perfect timing on that V-shift. Unfortunate for Idriss, right? Usually when you V-shift in the corner like that and the character neutral jumps, you're in for a world of hurt, but he got away with it there.
Oh. Trigger 2 is on deck from Idriss. Now Climax is looking for the dash possibly, and you see him buffering with that crouch jab to stop that preemptive dash, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, wow. The orb actually ate the hail as well. That was really interesting. It's perhaps one of the reasons why Climax picked this character for this match in the first place. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's going to be good damage there.
Oh. And look at the harassment now. The hail coming in hot. Opposite of a pun, really.
Oh, yeah. Neutral jump not contested right there from Idriss. Climax working his way slowly but surely back in until the fireball came out and got countered by the EX Vanity step. Well done.
We've seen shades of that from someone like Nephew, right? Being able to sniff out the gap using the EX Vanity step to put himself invulnerable against projectiles. Idriss definitely knowing the matchup and what Rose is capable of blowing up that string.
Oh, tried for the EX power arrow bust out right there, but it looked like she was still like in recovery of the hail, right? Like not enough time to actually press the button herself.
Oh, this is going to be a good amount of damage coming in. Just a couple of hits behind it for scaling. Went for the reset instead. Chased down the anti-air option with the crouching heavy punch. Here comes ClimaxX with a back throw. Full trigger available as well. It's going to be a raw activation set up.
Yeah, putting out the satellites again, eating the hails, right? But I mean, oh, it goes both ways. The hails also eat the orbs, and now Idriss here. Oh, that was so sick. Tried for the throw, but he didn't give it to him. And ClimaxX trying to make up for it with a crouch medium kick, but just outside the range, and a clean whiff punish from Idriss. Riding that momentum he had from the first round. This man looks dangerous.
Where was he in the closed qualifier?
Yeah, absolutely, right? We've been talking about Arydoon in the closed qualifier, a lot of these other players. And I mean, I remember Idriss doing well, but not playing like this. But that's one of the beautiful things about the Intel World Open, right? We've already seen a number of players peaking as fighting game players, right? And we'll get to that a little bit more after these replays, of course. But you can see the Rose, and I'm interested to see if ClimaxX actually does switch to the Bison, right? Because the Rose won the very first round, right? Kind of caught her off guard, not being prepared for the matchup. Right. But quick adjustments from Idriss this time, not taking 2 games of Intel this time around to need to get the W.
And these are one of the players that we were supposed to look out for, right? We were talking about it before the event even happened. Jammers came up to me, he's like, look, listen, I don't think you understand. ClimaxX has a Rose. But Idriss has that Colleen play, and it's exceptionally played Colleen in his hands. And you gotta understand, even though he wasn't in the grand finals, this is the character to look out for. This is the play to look out for. Don't forget that. That's exactly what he said, verbatim.
Yeah, I mean, he might as well have been standing next to me, honestly. I couldn't even tell that was you at that point. But yeah, man, Idriss has done a great job. And to get back to the point about fighting game players peaking in this tournament, we heard Rob TV talk about how Shine defeated Punk, right? Kind of trying to break through that plateau that he's been stuck past a lot of the time, as well as Corey Bell. I think Corey Bell played the best tournament that he's ever played in the Intel World Open. So it's really cool to see players rising to the occasion. And another thing is the fact that they've had that time to prep, right? They know who's been in their bracket for a couple of weeks. That's why we saw Idriss be ready for that for AngryBird, and we saw GTR also fall to Arydoon. Both of these players just being very prepared for the matchups. And ClimaxX is switching to Bison after that experimentation with the Rose.
I like that. The other half of the Psycho Energy now into its dark form. I'm liking the switch up here from ClimaxX. Again, he had to test it out with the secondary. That's the character he used to win his spot in the close qualifier for seeding. But we've seen what he was capable of in that previous match against KxGeno with this Bison.
Yeah, definitely. Just running rampant, right? Complete domination in that first round from ClimaxX on this character. And look, he's picking up right where he left off with the Bison, right? Hasn't taken a lick of damage so far.
Back like he never left, but there's the interruption. We've seen how Idriss can handle overly aggressive characters, kind of like Zeku. ClimaxX likes to play Bison in that kind of manner as well, very similar. And now Idriss is all over him with that trigger. Look at that fierce, letting it fly. There's a lot of gray life, but man, what a time to dash in.
Yeah, I can't believe that ClimaxX is accumulating all that gray life. No fear in his heart, though, just dashing forward. V reversal as soon as she gets close as well. Very smart. More plus frames as well.
I swear, if he dashed up after getting that V-skill blocked, I would have lost it.
Yeah, just definitely a very hard comeback to make at that point. It just didn't have any V-trigger left. ClimaxX only needed one strike, and a scissor kick will always do it.
So far, very solid and very consistent with this Bison. Up to that point, ran into a buffered normal. Idriss forced that activation of the Psycho Flame. Which side is it on? Same side. The stun is gonna be there. Is it gonna be coming for the throw? It sure is.
Yep, STO, the stun was imminent, cashed out now. Idriss, I mean, pretty much repeating what ClimaxX did to him in the previous round. Oh my goodness, STO, he might even go beyond at this point. And he, I was gonna say will complete the perfect, but dropped it at the last second.
Oh my God! I almost fell. That's crazy.
Woman of 1,000 holds. One arm bar, second hold arm bar, third hold arm bar.
I legit almost fell off the stage, Rich. No one was going to save me on that one. I'm telling you, man, no one needs to be saved from the way that he's been playing, except for maybe ClimaxX. STO in the corner, checking with a heavy punch. Vanity Step does get checked low forward into the EX Scissors, but the throw tech is there. Here comes trigger activation.
And what a confirm from ClimaxX right there off that crouch medium kick going directly into the EX Scissors, setting him up for the throw as well. Idriss, full screen activation into the backdash, knew the slide was coming out. Great awareness from Idriss at this point. STO as well, taking the knockdown here. Oh, gotta reach him. Yeah, that was so much pressure applied in that instant. It was so difficult for Climax not to press the button at that point. And Idriss is up 2-0 just like that.
I said this earlier, Rinch. Where was Idriss during the closed qualifier? I need to run it back. I want to see if he ever met up against Climax during that run, or even Arydoon. Where is this man? How come he wasn't in the grand finals before?
Yeah, he's looking incredible. Just non-stop adjustments. You can see he brought out the Rose, 1 round down, adjusted. Brought out the Bison, the main chicken, not gonna happen either. Right now, it's all on Climax to bring this back 3 games straight.
Man's got the trap card down below, making sure he has Mirror Force blowing up all the monsters that shows up to his field.
Exactly. Oh, STO gonna make the clean knockdown as well for now. Yeah, Climax that you can see trying to find an opening. It seems a little confused on his approach though. Just definitely not ready for what Idriss is bringing to the table.
I will say, man, Idriss has been absolutely threading the needle when it comes to the matchup knowledge, knowing exactly how to figure out and expose the weaknesses of the characters themselves, not even the players, and then if need be, once he gets that intel, knows how to blow up the players and their tendencies or their bad habits, right? Boom, side switch, there's a V-ship as expected. But again, always ready with the anti-air is Idriss.
Yeah, exactly right. He took those first 2 games off when it came to anti-airs, and now it's been full time.
Got himself that 9-5, checking down below.
Oh, got him.
What? Oh. Who got hit in the chat? I know you did.
I'm gonna switch side the Xfinity step outside of the range just real quick. The jump back. Great job. Knew that he would try to use that enhanced V trigger dash to chase him down.
Oh yeah, big counter hit conversion. What's gonna be the ender? The sweep into the parabellum, of course. Neutral jump roundhouse. Tries to grab it. There was an attempt to stop the V reversal.
Oh, and it looked like Idriss, tried to catch the whiff punish on that V skill attempt, but no, recovered just in time, and Climax stemming the bleeding.
I bet you some ice cream he's gonna go for the parry next time he sees that V reversal, Rinch.
We have shook on it. Now I don't even want to commentate. Now I just want to wait for that moment. All right, plus frames. There we go. And yeah, use the 3-frame after to keep it nice and compact. Well done, however.
In the forward throw. Here comes the back throw. The bravery too from the corner. Being able to dash up in your face like that. All right, there is the reversal on the board. What's going to happen though? Is Idriss going to force that moment again? It might be from a neutral jump. As it stands right now, he's forcing Climax to stay grounded. There's the activation there. Hell attack to cover the jump after the whip grab. Chasing down relentlessly. There's the Psycho Axe keeping it plus. Psycho Ball afterwards. Idriss trying to find his momentum back.
Yeah, Idriss has the V-trigger activation if he wants it as well. Going to use the Parabellum on fire to bring him towards the corner. What are we going to do with it at the very end to cause the reset? Gets the heavy. Climax not expecting him to stay on the safe side, and now Idriss set point.
The back and forth has been phenomenal. Easily one of my favorite regions to watch, and we're not even close to halfway there yet. Climax does get the back throw. No Psycho Axe in pursuit. Instead, it was a little delayed. Idriss sniffed it out with an EX Vanity Step.
Yeah, I'm not ready to combo off of that. Oh no, got caught reaching that time, and the jump in is quick enough to punish it.
That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't count, but hey, we'll take those.
Don't worry, I still owe you ice cream after that. Woo! The lion's share of the prize spot is coming in hot and heavy. If he can close this round out, he'll be guaranteed top 3 finish if he can get into this winner's final set. However, Climax got something to say about that V-trigger pop. V-shift to get some distance back. Oh, again, blowing up the Psycho Blast with it this time. Psycho Crusher to blow up that attempt. More V-breaks, more life. Idriss can feel it, and he takes it once again. The crouch jab, get that Psycho Crusher out of here. 3-0 in that to go into winners finals. Incredible stuff.
I know it's a little early, man, but I'm gonna call it right now. The way Idriss is playing, he'll either be the winner or the MVP. I gotta know if Rob TV and St. Cola feel the same way.
Idriss has automatically put himself into top 3 right there, making it into winners finals. And you know what that means? That's that bag. Go and get your money, little duffel bag, boy. Now go and get your money, little. You don't know nothing about that right there, Saint.
Oh my
Come
God.
on now, bro. My man is looking amazing. Looking like the fireman, the hottest under the sun. That was amazing work right there. His offense is ridiculous. And mind you, this man has not lost a game in his last 6 games. He starts off the day down 0-2, bro.
0-2.
Starts down
Against a favorite. A favorite.
Man starts down 0-2 and then wins 6 straight. That's like how we went from slavery to having a black president.
Damn.
I mean, come on. That's a crazy turnaround right there.
Oh.
Amazing job right there.
Living.
He is looking amazing, Saint.
Hey, I'm just going to say right now that Idriss the way that he's operating, now this is a matchup, we talk about matchups all damn day, but the way that he dealt with his Bison pressure, the way that he dealt with someone like Climax, the way that he deleted the options off the table. When you're playing your game and fighting games, you want to be able to do the things that the character lets you do, right? You want to, if you're Bison, you want plus frames, plus positivity. What you want to do is pure pressure. That didn't happen. Idriss stopped him so many times, and I'll show you something that shows you that Idriss is awake and aware with the no-dos on the deck. Yo, put it on the telestrator. This dude is so sick.
His neutral game is looking amazing.
It's
and
so
his
tight.
matchup knowledge too, man. That was phenomenal.
Oh man, I'm gonna illustrate something right here for Mr. Idriss. You understand? I want to show you. You want to click on the screen, but anyway.
But
while we wait, but like
his matchup knowledge is looking out of this world right now. His
so
offense,
sick.
and it's not like we're seeing him play the same game over and over again.
Right, it's
switching it up.
Different.
Yeah, it's not easy to make those reads on offense, man. Like this guy right now is just, he's on another level. And Vicious made a bold claim, but I could see him possibly winning this tournament.
You think it's like that?
It's rough. It's gonna be rough, but at least securing top 3 is amazing in itself.
I want to show you something that it gives me reason why Vicious would think that way. And I'm kind of in the top 3 area kind of thing with you. Okay, check it like this. To the telestrator we go. Now people, reading your opponent is so important in fighting games, right? This dude went beyond. It went beyond. You understand me? Read him like a library. Watch this.
That was OD. That's beautiful. Can you please bring that back one more time?
Yes, sir.
Please bring that back one more time.
Of course. With pleasure.
Now that's even to air throw in the first place is just something that takes a whole lot of focus. It's not like a regular anti-air. It takes so many frames.
And you see how he set it up with the projectile right there? Just cover some space, dash up in front of the face, up, bah!
Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. And you know, a dash takes a good 16, 17 frames for Colleen.
Right,
and then a full jump is like 30 frames, so halfway is like 15, something like that. That takes a whole lot, and he still was on point after a dash. That's something that we see from players like Nemo, always ready with a crouch fierce after a dash up. But this is a whole different level for it to air throw like that. He has not lost a game in 6 games. And speaking of games, it's not going to be anything to play when we look at Arydoon going up against BigBird. Rashido versus Rashido. 2 completely different styles of Rashids.
That's true.
Arydoon is far more on the old JB style. I'm not gonna say the JB style.
Yeah,
we
the old
seen yesterday that JB calmed it down a whole lot since then.
He's a little different.
Arydoon's more like a Oil King type of player.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Rashikun and BigBird are more kind of reined in, and reining in all of the action for us, or turning up actually, is going to be Vicious and Range. Take it away, fellas.
At first, I thought he said a bold claim, so I'll excuse that. He said bold. I appreciate that, Rob. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, big dog, so much. All right, we're going into it. Arydoon versus BigBird. 2 of these players, again, one of the strongest in their respective regions.
Yeah.
BigBird, we got to admit it here, with the amount of accolades he's had and his previous performance in the previous round, he's looking like the favorite right now. And Arydoon, again, we saw how he performed in his close qualifiers. It was pretty close against the likes of Climax, but just fell a little short. But now he's got to prove his worth even more so against a champion caliber player.
Yeah, and Arydoon managed to take down BigBird's trading partner, Rashid Alawade, right? GTR, of course, wasn't the matchup that we're going to see right now, but we're going to see the Rashid mirror from these 2. So, I mean, that's always going to be a fun run, right? Aggression coming out. I'm sure the Rashid players don't really like this mirror. That's just me assuming, though. If you are a Rashid player that likes it, I want to know.
I don't know about all that.
I don't meet a lot of people that like mirror matches. I know Rob does, but he's an anomaly, I think.
Already off to a great start. I had to think about it for a little bit. I'm like, who has the blue track jacket? But it is indeed BigBird.
Yeah, he's going to let him know right now, already trying to push him towards the corner with that double hop. But, ooh, you got to know, we talked about it yesterday. If that V trigger is imminent, then that heavy kick is coming soon.
Oh, God, the nerve! The disrespect! Oh, my God! Reggie's slapping him all over the place!
I cannot believe this. Yo, when you hard call out the throw attempt with the EX Eagle Spike, that is a mental damage as well. Wild from Arydoon. What a start.
You gonna disrespect my man like that? Man, Arydoon is pulling out all the stops. He doesn't care what your name is. You're just another Rashid player.
Yo, he is trying to check this man in the SmackDown hotel for a long time. Oh yeah, looking for this, big hits again, swinging for the fences. That was a stand fierce, crouch fierce, stand heavy kick. Like, he is haymakers out here.
Nothing but heavy swing, and Arydoon now trying to play in that neutral space with a lot more mediums this time around, but BigBird does get the checkmate on that. Oh yeah, okay, that's fine.
Sweep for a sweep. Oh, you're going to activate this time to keep that one safe. Oh, EX again. Arydoon 100% on these bust-out EX spinning mixers.
Oh boy, on the other side. That was a counter hit. There was a anti-air attempt, but the cross-up still found its mark. Yes, sir. Using that V-trigger, dwindling down.
Right now, though, Arydoon, of course, we talked about it, right? Off that stand heavy kick, always with the activate. My goodness.
This is looking kind of tough, right? BigBird is trying to find his moments, but yeah, tried to sneak in a dash. Arydoon 100% ready with the heavy button buffer, taking the first game pretty convincingly, 2 rounds straight.
That was so sick, man. And yeah, you mentioned, right, he was checking the dash because at that point, BigBird had the life deficit. And in those scenarios, we talk about it, right? The onus is on the person with that life deficit to make something happen. And Arydoon was like, I'm going to chill back here. I've been pressing my big buttons, having the buffers behind them. And you can see he had the exact amount of damage he needed to take him down.
Checking the low forward already, Arydoon immediately firing back with the lights. And I like this coming from BigBird, a little bit more aggression this time around.
Yeah, he's not letting Arydoon really set up shop or dictate the pace of the neutral ground game, which is definitely what he was doing last time around.
Now looking to apply pressure, but Arydoon already swinging for the fences, and again, he gets clipped for it. Big crush counter from BigBird. Again, trying to back away from the corner just in case Arydoon does get that option for the wall jump. But now is going to be how BigBird can contain the whirlwind from Arydoon. Oh!
Yeah, Eagle Spike block this time. BigBird still trying to maintain this corner advantage here. Arydoon using the EX to switch sides for now. But that was all the meter he had to his name, no V-trigger as well. But, you know, Rashid is a heavy momentum-based character here. Oh, no.
Man.
Tried for one too many haymakers that time.
And it's kind of wild, right? It's a very, very accurate statement. Rashid just thrives on all that momentum. And if Arydoon had found that opening, we could have easily seen BigBird fall victim in that round. But the fact of the matter is, BigBird knows how to suppress the craziness and is doing it pretty well in that first round.
Yeah, and that was really good recognition from BigBird right there. It was one of the whirlwinds that were plus frames, but only hit one hit, and he saw that and immediately took his turn right back.
There's the activation so far, the forward throw now pushing slowly to the corner. Arydoon with the raw activation. This is going to be kind of tough, right? Who's going to strike first? Back-to-back usages from the whirlwind and the EX Eagle Spike coming out from Arydoon. You can see he's very antsy when it comes to the trigger activation. He wants that momentum so badly, but BigBird acting second, picking and choosing his spots.
I really love the fact that Arydoon didn't crack on defense right there on that throw bait. You really should see his composure. Oh my goodness, BigBird though. I mean, again, one of the best players in the world, adjusting immediately, taking 2 rounds straight from Arydoon.
I was going to say, but for how long is he going to sit still and try to play this defense against someone who was mildly passive in the first game and now has switched it up all the way to offense, right? He's thinking to himself, like, Arydoon is like, all right, well, I think BigBird might try to play the life lead game and hang back. No, he was swinging for the fences, and that's something he needs to keep in mind now for the adaptation. It is tied up 1 apiece between these 2 titans.
Yeah, exactly, man. I think that's why BigBird kind of started with the jump in here early as well, because he knows Arydoon has been going with those big commitment buttons. And you talked about it earlier, right? If you have a big commitment button, you can kind of treat it like a fireball. If you're looking for it and jump over it, it is a huge punish.
Oh. I don't like that. Yeah, the patience being shown from both players, trying to see who's going to advance first, and now it's going to be all BigBird forward throw. Now the estate is all on his side.
Ooh, until then, right there. Ooh, trying for the throw bait attempt, but at least switch sides on him. Max distance on that stand heavy kick, and BigBird definitely going to cash it out for full damage. Arydoon, of course, taking for his life right there, able to stay solid. Oh, and then the throw in the corner here. Can Arydoon get this game started? 1, 2 throws now. Oh, and the Eagle Spike. You trying to escape? Nah, this is my house. You see these ankle bracelets? You're the one on house arrest, fam.
Trying to call his parole right now from the looks of it. BigBird again starting to go off with a forward dash into low forward check. Arydoon now a little bit more aware of that. You saw him walk up into that to catch the buffer normal. But man, more often than not, BigBird has found the mark. There it is, the momentum buster EX spinning mixer from Arydoon. And you see how much more he's willing to throw out these heavies. BigBird immediately shuts it down by not dashing and going for the whiff punishing. He is absolutely on point with changing up his strategy.
Yeah, great stuff. We saw in the last game, right, where BigBird was adjusting to his opponent before they could even make adjustments. We're starting to see those adaptation skills on display once again. However, Arydoon, we talked about the Algeria FGC, and their adaptation skills have been top tier as well. Ooh, they'll jump out of the corner. Sometimes they just don't want to be here. Oh man, BigBird, oh yeah, he had that heavy kick on deck because of the V-trigger activation, and it's going to force a round 3.
This is what I like to see. We don't want it if it's that easy. No 3-0s here, not in this region. Arydoon and BigBird are keeping it neck and neck. But I will say, I want to see what BigBird does now to force the issue or force Arydoon into the corner now that the dash-up option is no longer available. You see how active Arydoon is with his normals, but man, BigBird's ground game has been immaculate.
Yeah, just phenomenal stuff, honestly. Oh no, gets caught reaching. Arydoon knows that BigBird is one of the premier Rashids, but he can teach him a thing or two, not just yet. Takes the page out of Arydoon's playbook, busting out with the EX spinning mixer. Oh, and then of course the heavy kick into the V trigger. Even with that little whiff, just a frame kill so he can juggle properly.
I'm liking that from BigBird. Still has trigger intact. Arydoon now being so oppressive or trying to, walking out of the range appropriate like a pro should, and with punishing on point.
That was so clean from BigBird, man. He really has the read on Arydoon now. You can see those choices that Arydoon wants to make. BigBird's like, bro, I've been a Rashid player for a long time. I know exactly the tendencies, the strategies in that playbook. And just right outside the range, punishes it cleanly. Made sure he put the optimal punish on him too to take that game. And now one match away from getting into winners finals.
Going right back into it, Arydoon took a little bit of a breather to make sure that he maintains his composure going into this potential final round, or final game, against BigBird. Big air-to-air stop there with the jump medium punch, and now looking to push BigBird towards the corner, checking with the crouch jab, just in case BigBird wants to throw out a slower normal, right? But the V-reversal is there, and that's going to be just fine. BigBird needs to reset this momentum and try to play the neutral game out against Arydoon.
Yeah, you can see Arydoon using way less heavy buttons in this round. Finally, we see a couple here, but before that, it was all just crouch medium kick, stand medium kick, keeping it very compact. Ooh, no, and look at this. Another big haymaker swing, and that's going to open the door for BigBird. That compact style is what he needed to play with more a little bit.
And we're starting to see Arydoon crack just a little bit, resulting into those heavy normals. Really spelled the downfall, but again, all this momentum could really shift. Anti-air for the other side, gets a torpedo out of that.
That was so sick here. Oh, the V-shift, he actually commits to it here. BigBird, of course, has that CA on deck as well. Oh my goodness, Arydoon, even with a little bit of life, risks the jump in and connects.
It's so smart. You know why this is so smart? Because Arydoon normally after that situation tries to out-poke BigBird. Instead, succumbed him into using a long recovery move, getting the jump in, and BigBird is not having it now. He is all over Arydoon.
Ooh, but wait a minute, not as big of a damage punish as he could have got there on Arydoon. That's that heavy. Immediately, BigBird's like, oh, you don't have the V-trigger to cancel into? I'm busting out. Yeah, V-reversal on both sides now. They know how dangerous the corner scenario is up against each other's character.
Ooh-wee. No fear in his heart. Arydoon letting it bust out, but man, BigBird's like, yo, you like eagle spikes too?
Yeah,
You're a man of culture. Let me show it right back at you.
Now, set point for BigBird. Definitely looking clean so far. Again, checking his legs with a crouch medium kick. The slide headsy on the stand medium punch opens him up. My goodness, all momentum on the side of BigBird. Stunned up as well. My God, he is showing him the birds around his head right now. Let him know that's the family right there.
Looking like he's about to break some angles. There's a sweep activation. He uses the forward medium punch to cancel out into the V-skill just to get himself out of the corner. But BigBird, again, he's got those big wings. He's trying to chase him down. I like this so far from Arydoon. Yeah, throwing a lot more normals out. Could be very risky. He might get clipped with a cross counter or a whiff punish from BigBird. And that's going to be a 3-1 victory.
Great stuff from BigBird right there, really exemplifying his experience on Rashid, the ground game, the footsies. He was just superior in this matchup. So well done from him. And of course, it's always well done by St. Cola and Rob TV. Let's hear it, fellas.
I appreciate that compliment right there, Ren, saying that we always have things well done. And something that's rare is the amount of talent that we're seeing from a player like BigBird. Oh my goodness, this guy's just ridiculous. Saint, I brought up earlier the fact that this is someone who is at EVO, Street Fighter V EVO, made grand finals, losing only to Bonchan. And I would list all the people that he had beat, but that'd take the entire broadcast. Right. So that means that he's been up against everything, all the different matchups, all different play styles, and is still able to perform to the level that we just saw right there. It looked like Arydoon he might have had his number early on though. I was worried worried about it.
I was worried a little bit too as things began. My man did the eagle spike as a throw bait. That was crazy, but that craziness got dismantled. I'm gonna go back to what Wrench had said about dismantling, how he's been able to dismantle other Rashid players and stuff like that, and been learned in this matchup.
Yeah.
One of the things that you can tell from experience that BigBird was doing actually during this match was saying, okay, what's the kind of Rashid player that you are? What are you using for bar? What is your methods? When are you jumping here and there?
Well,
he got a couple times, yeah, and he started boxing him in and started dismantling that play ever so slightly. And then you started seeing Arydoon go for these cancels in the fireball and the flip over stuff like that, getting more defensive. Whereas before Arydoon was full offense, he made him go into defense and made him go into a spot where he didn't feel comfortable, and that's why I think BigBird took that win.
Yeah, BigBird just looking ridiculous right there. Amazing adjustments. We heard Vicious bring up the fact that all of a sudden BigBird got more even aggressive, turned up his offense.
Right, he felt comfortable.
Yeah, very comfortable. And a place that you are very comfortable is on that telestrator. I want to see what clip you have from us for this match.
You know what? I had a clip of Arydoon. I'm gonna be 100% with the people. When that first round started, the first game started, we had a clip of Arydoon. Get that out of here! Get that out of here! Arydoon didn't win. I'm sorry, dog. One of the things that he did do was an eagle spike that was tight, but listen, those things.
Did you disrespect my mans like that?
I'm sorry, you got to hold that.
Arydoon, and since he lost, he didn't show the clip.
It's not about losing. It's about that play style not being productive enough in the full spectrum of the match, though. You know, I clipped that because I thought that the way that he would play would be, even if he did lose, would be like something you could take away from. But I think that on the reverse side of things, how BigBird played in reverse and breaking down that play style,
the counter was
it's one of those things where, I'm sorry, I don't want to show y'all that I ain't trying to lead you astray, but we're going to be leading down to this bracket right here.
Winners finals,
bro. Yo, and then BigBird.
Yo, look, Idriss has not lost a game in his last 6 games. Started off 0-2 and has won everything since, going against some of the favorites in this tournament, AngryBird and Climax. So he's on fire right now. BigBird only lost 1 game, especially getting a victory over Darksword, a Karen player, which that alone says a lot, and then beating Arydoon 3-1 like that in the mirror. Ooh. He's definitely super warmed up. This one is going to be a slobber knocker, as JR or Punk would say, and I want to hear what Vicious and Wrench have to say about this match.
By God, King, I can't believe we got this winners finals right here. Idriss and BigBird. I mean, the way both of these players have been playing, it's just been phenomenal. And I don't think anybody would have wanted any type of different matchup for this, right, Vicious?
Oh, without a doubt, this entire top 8 thus far has been a Royal Rumble for certain. We've seen so many different types of characters, so many different types of adaptations, and just the overall talent from the 3 regions being represented, right? At least the 3 areas, right? Still 2 regions, Middle East and the Africa region. These guys are killers out here.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful top 8 so far, and this has just been winner's bracket. Of course, we're gonna get to the lower bracket tomorrow, but this is gonna be our last match right here for the Middle East to determine who's actually gonna get into that winner's side grand finals, who's gonna guarantee themselves a top 2 finish and a fat piece of change. Not a nice little piece, but a fat piece.
Ooh, that's a lot of ice cream down here, that's for sure.
Oh my goodness, we got a lot of ice cream places to go to as well. But of course, we're gonna see who's gonna be getting the cake and eating it too right now when it comes to Idriss and BigBird. However, we've seen both of these players play phenomenally well, like we said before, and I'm not really sure who's going to be able to take it. The momentum is on Idriss' side in terms of the 6 games straight, but BigBird, EVO finalist, has been in this scenario time and time again, but Idriss has shown that experience isn't going to be enough to keep him down.
That's right, here we go. It's going to be the winners finals. Africa, stand up. Middle East, stand up. Let's get it. Idriss versus BigBird. Here we go.
And already Idriss showing. And Rob also talked about not being starstruck, right? He took down AngryBird 3 games straight. He's been taking down everybody that he's been coming across. And BigBird, one of the, if not the biggest name coming out of this region, he's going to show him up here too.
See how it goes. We see the meticulous game plan being set up by Idriss. He is taking a good amount of damage right now, but man, he is formulating a game plan, and it is sinister. BigBird hopefully doesn't get caught within its clutches. He needs to make sure his offense oppresses Idriss to the point of no return.
100%. And now Idriss gonna activate that B trigger. Of course, has BigBird in the corner, but he's big chilling. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. He is not chilling whatsoever. That stand fear directly. Yeah, gonna take the first game.
You went from the icy cold to the chilling breeze of the whirlwind. That's what I'm talking about. Nasser BigBird spending it big out here, international teams.
Already establishing the lead here, but we've seen Idriss bounce back, double up on that one. He experimented on fire this time. It's time to warm him up all this chilly season.
Oh. Here comes a hail incoming. Oh yeah, there was a little bit of a counter hit down below. BigBird BigBird trying to contest it with the normal. I do not know what it could have been, but the stun is racking up. What a challenge from BigBird. That could have been death if he had called it wrong. Another challenge with the heavy punch. Here comes the activation of the whirlwind V-shift out. The V-ring gets caught.
Yeah, he really needed to hit Rashid at that point so he didn't get a combo off of it, but that did not happen, my goodness, BigBird. Is he really going to bring this back? No, he will not this time. But I do want to highlight the fact that he did that crouch medium kick. We've talked about preying upon your opponent's expectations right there. Nobody's expecting you to commit to a crouch medium kick throw bait punish when you have a pixel of health left. That's exactly why BigBird did it.
I gotta say, man, it's just looking like Helen Hunt out here withstanding the twister. That's what I'm talking about. BigBird, however, has plenty more up his sleeves, and it's not via whirlwind. Well, maybe that time, but there's a lot of, oh yeah, eagle spikes to take care of, sending him off into the Aurora Borealis in the background. Real beautiful, like just sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery.
You know, Idriss, he's going to be doing that if he falls to the lower bracket, but right now he wants to be the one sitting pretty in Winterside Grand Finals. BigBird off to a tremendous start though with that 1-0 and that mental blow as well. We talked about it, right? Getting that throw bait with the eagle spike, it always feels so bad. So good stuff to BigBird establishing his lead early, but we've seen Idriss. He finally gets knocked down a game after taking 6 straight, but of course he was down 2-0 and ran it back 3.
And that was a very unorthodox option there for BigBird as well. Again, that's going to do a lot of mental damage, but we've seen the kind of mental fortitude Idriss has presented when it comes to that kind of option, really. That option is very much so unexpected. That's why it works. But for the most part, Idriss has recovered from those kind of harassing details in the gameplay. Let's see if he can do so again. It's not looking like it. BigBird has just been demolishing any sort of neutral option.
Oh my goodness, yeah, even chasing it down there. That actually bought her enough time not to get stunned by that, but I mean, still, just a mountainous hill to climb at this point. Oh my. Yeah. Have a better chance climbing those mountains in the background, trying to reach that Aurora Borealis on your own than getting this one.
Hoo-wee. Big old perfect on the side of Big Damn!
Just let him know, right? Crunch counter out the box like that.
I wish it led to a little bit more, right? It did have the meter, just dropped the rest of it, the follow-up afterwards. Could have led to a great start for Idriss. At least the corner there's the EX Vanity step. The reactions on this man has been top tier.
That was ridiculous right there. Again, utilizing that projectile invulnerability. However, BigBird has the corner as well. You know, he's looking to abuse. Now, whip punish with the EX Parabellum Raw.
He's not taking that one back.
No.
You have to unfortunately serve it to your customers. You're gonna get a bad review. Oh boy.
The red meat. Yeah, perfect right there. That's with a normal throw. And then throws her out of the parry attempt as well. BigBird. Very smart reads here. Oh no, I don't know any Twister movie references. I'm sorry, I never saw that, so I can't make one. Oh no, but I do know that's the most electrifying move in video game entertainment. Well done from BigBird, taking a 2-0 lead just like that.
You know, unlike these circumstances, I don't think there was a sequel. I mean, we do have one more game here, but it might be the last, and it just might end with the Twister cliffhanger. Who knows, though? BigBird up 2 games in a commanding performance thus far, 2 rounds straight, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, BigBird is looking just like a different beast here, and I want to see Idriss. I want to see that player that bounced back up against AngryBird, right? We saw him in this same spot bring it all the way back.
He's bringing all the birds, right? He's got the Sesame Street ones, he got the Eagles, the whole 9, right? Bird Gang, rise up.
My man's just posted in the forest with the binoculars, checking them all out, using the calls.
He's using the owls for surveillance, the crows for up-close reconnaissance.
Well, we'll see. He's definitely gonna, oh no, he's not gonna harness anything right now. BigBird, as you said, letting him know the gang is in the building right here. Oh my goodness.
Who said that got nerf wrench?
Not me, that's for damn sure. It's not, yeah. But yeah, this is not Santana's town right now. It's looking like BigBird's town. He is a showing out.
He's about to evict him off of Sesame Street. Okay, Idriss now getting all the momentum he needs. This is the first shift, significant shift we've seen so far in this set, and we've seen the kind of damage he can do once he gets started, right? This is very similar to what we saw against AngryBird. He was down 2 straight games. He might be able to amass a comeback.
Yo, I really want to see it so bad here. Idriss, great life lead here, not getting anti as well. Great check on the forward momentum from BigBird. Like, this is real good. V-reversal as well. He's playing super solid at this point, but now you're in the corner. It can all come crashing down. I love this, using the Twister to make sure that he's locked in this corner safely. However, weathers the storm.
absolutely ridiculous. And the escape option from Idriss. Did you see a parry there? That could have been a big deal. Again, the defensive.
Again, he lands on the crouch medium kick with a pixel of health left. Doesn't actually kill her off just yet. My goodness, BigBird has gotten her down to a magic pixel though. Who's got more magic in the tank, baby? How many levels you got in Wizard? Sorcerer, Warlock, something, show me.
Oh, this is huge. Jet trying to get the punish on the icicle, but no, the V-skill highly punishable. What a huge risk to take. Idriss survives another round.
Incredible stuff here. Idriss staying alive, but BigBird checking the legs once again. He's been so consistent with that. However, crunch counter out the box is going to give Idriss the life lead.
Whew. Forward throw now. BigBird cannot let Idriss get started. There is the, oh yeah, that's unfortunate. He ran into it anyway. Yeah, keep him suppressed in this corner, but I will say, it's not going to be for long. Idriss has found ways to get himself out of the corner with defense, but BigBird is looking to seal the deal right now with that wall jump. Either the stun or a big combo will kill.
Yeah, the X-Vanity step already got the V-trigger activation now from Idriss. Gotta bring it back here. Does have the corner, but BigBird not gonna let him establish any type of momentum. Again, just chilling out. He's like, you gotta come to me, but it's okay with that V-trigger. She can get in there real quick. Oh, and then checking the legs here. BigBird concerned about something else. My goodness, you're on the verge of stun as well. Oh, and she catches it out.
Is he gonna get enough? That's gonna be more than enough.
Oh, yes. And Parabellum, Idriss staying alive here. That's what I'm talking about. Don't let this be free.
She is cold as ice, willing to sacrifice, making the right reads against BigBird despite all odds against him. You see the mental stack and how players really rise up to the occasion. This is a huge signifier of a top-tier player.
You think BigBird's regretting all those lessons that he teaches now? You know what I mean? Teaching people how to read and count and all that. Now look at this. Idriss is reading it like a book, fam. But, you know, BigBird always going to make a quick adjustment, especially if Idriss is going to risk the tech throw. Oh, my goodness. Oh, the backdash, but still gets punished. Wow. Never mind. He's like, you know, I only taught him a little bit of things. I am still the master. Don't forget. We got plenty of plays in the playbook he hasn't seen.
Oh boy, he's channeling his inner angry bird. The back throw and a perfect, what a way to establish dominance in a very pivotal round here for BigBird and Idriss. Again, still on the burner here. Idriss needs to find another round, or at least another game to survive.
Exactly, he's back against the wall. You can see BigBird is on set point once more. And back literally against the wall at this point. He is in the corner, gets one throw bait. Doesn't capitalize off that counter hit crouch medium punch either, but it's still all right. BigBird in complete control, plus frames here. We're blocking, we're not risking anything either. I would like to see the high parry come out, but he did one time and it did not.
Get him out of the skies! I know you're a BigBird, but man, he's gonna clip those wings. Here comes the back throw now from BigBird, still trying to maintain the mix-ups, but now Idriss does have the trigger activation. Keep him sitting down. Do not let this man take off.
Yeah, man, because as soon as Idriss does, he will definitely keep riding that momentum. You can't give this man anything. You got to make him earn it. And right now, BigBird is doing exactly that. However, Idriss does have the life lead now. Doesn't actually rest on it. Yeah, great block from BigBird. We have activation, of course. Oh, immediately dissipates. And another EX Vanity step to blow through the projectile. I love the reactions on this man.
If you don't know, now you know. Idriss is definitely one of those guys that is always on the lookout for the gaps, making the adaptations, and BigBird now has to close it out before Idriss gets carried away too much.
Yeah, Ben Idriss trying to wiggle with the EX parry right there. Got thrown. He got thrown back into the corner as well. This is huge for BigBird. However, oh, great challenge as well. It's time to guess for game. Does not guess correctly. The anti-air is there, and BigBird gonna close it out with 2 perfects on the board.
Dang, ending out the final part of the set with a double perfect, sitting up into grand finals.
Yeah, that was amazing stuff. And before we throw it to Rob and Seikola, I just got to give all of y'all props because your bars this set was phenomenal. You, Seikola, and Rob TV. Let me hear more, fellas.
Sing it to him.
Time after time. Come on now, Saint.
I can't do it. I don't want to be like that. I'm gonna let you.
Listen, bro.
I'll let people get in your DMs.
BigBird.
I'll let people get in your DMs and your Twitter. Leave me out of this.
Not the champion yet, but it's looking like his chances of becoming just that. Come on, I hear you over there, Vicious back there and everything. He deserves this right now, man. Look, right now I feel like BigBird is setting a reminder You know, when you're in such close proximity, when you're best friends, even on the same team,
right,
with someone like AngryBird and AngryBird being on the team with BigBird, it's easy to make it so that you compare them closely. So when you see AngryBird getting MVP at Street Fighter League, you see AngryBird winning CPT.
Yeah, doing work.
Got second in that one.
Right.
Street Fighter League, they're on the same team.
Get a little tilted.
But you know, looking at this right here, I think that sometimes the fans could forget, just like, yo, he's like, yo, what's my name?
Right.
That's BigBird right there, bro. He showed us exactly why he rose to fame in the first place, and I think that he has a very, very strong chance of getting this debut. And I'll tell you what, regardless of what happens from this point on, it is some type of a debut because he is getting paid nicely in that top 2.
I mean, as you said, people might have thought BigBird got soft, but man, look at him pop off in this set, especially and against somebody that was acclimating to him. We saw the deliberations. My man got the defibrillations going too. I'm telling you, BigBird, the way that he was starting to read him back, my man was making it look like a library. Absolutely free at the end.
His reads were just beautiful, man. And I feel like even right there, that was almost a 3-0.
Yeah, that was almost it.
Skill under the hail.
Right, the fire.
Like
yeah,
a few frames too late.
By a bit,
but
right?
You seen him punishing the V reversal with stand heavy kick. You know, air to air in them. You know, just overall, it seemed like the way that BigBird played today was just in a complete flow state.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those matches where I'm reminded of how strong, BigBird is, and when someone who uses Rashid at the helm at the highest level, and I mean at the very highest level, world-traveled, world-class kind of competitor kind of thing I'm talking about. This is not a character that you could just pick up and play and get some easy wins and things like that. At some level, I know y'all hate Rashid. I saw you in the chat, Rashid, sleep, resident sleeper, all that. Well, why don't you go up and pick Rashid and get out of gold? The thing about Rashid is there is
all hate Stank Cola for that statement.
I'm just being honest. All I'm saying though, Rashid requires at a higher level a lot of intricacies, and we saw that in this match, right? Some of them didn't come out to play all the time, as you saw with the hail. Not every single time that they come out fine, but at the same time, the reads, the reactions, the wall jumps and things like that, you got to use them properly, and that's what happened with BigBird, solidifying his spot, grand finals of this region. And a lot of people might have said, with the hotness that AngryBird's on, he would have been there, and hell, he might be, but in the loser side of things, this entire bracket though, way different than what I predicted. I think if y'all were putting bets down, y'all lost some money today.
Yeah, I don't think people expected Idriss to put in the level of work that he did.
Right.
Amazing player. We saw Climax actually going down the loser side 3-0. Surprising 3-0. It's not even like this losers bracket, as we look at this bracket here, it's just full of just killers. AngryBird going to be going up against Geno tomorrow. We got Darksword Karen going up against Rashid Alawadi, of course, GTR as far as his actual gamer tag. And then Arydoon the Climax is waiting, and Idriss all the way at the end. I'll tell you what, giving Idriss all that time on losers finals,
right? After what we've seen,
it can be pretty rough for his opponents because in between the closed qualifiers and now there was a whole lot of time.
Right.
He came back as a much stronger player. He wasn't even in grand finals of the closed qualifiers.
That's true.
So he's a player who obviously the more time that he has to study and watch replays, the better he's gonna pull up. But as far as BigBird, man, congratulations on making it into grand finals. Just amazing, phenomenal play from you. And the main thing that I've noticed from him is that there's not one style. It reminds me a lot of Samurai. It reminds me
a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah, it's not just one thing. So it's extremely hard to prepare for a player like that. And I'm sure that he is going to be prepared for grand finals tomorrow in the Intel World Open for Middle East and Africa. That being said, hopefully you guys enjoy all of this action. It was a pleasure being here with my brother, St. Cola, our first time actually directly working with each other like this. And do not go anywhere because after this, we still have Europe East coming up right now on the Intel World Open.
Yes, sir.